all right. Round, what's going on? My levels is signing, what's going on? Craig Hooligan, what's going on? Dovey, what up? Stuff Sean, what's going on? Only on Xbox, what's up? Gerald Mack, what's going on? Q-Tang Clan, got that gym in, I like that, health as well. Necromancer, Zale, what's up? Back for that, what's going on? Mexican Zoidberg, member for 13 months, legendary podcast, long live the Iron Lords. You already know. Boozy the Clown, kick in the door, wave in the 4-4. Let's go. X-Coin, dabbing on him. Let's go. Addict not feeling well, but he with us right now. You know what I'm saying? Addict, real quickly, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, guys? Feeling a little under the weather, man. So, you know, don't expect the addict with the seat.
We ain't get the addict with the seat? Oh, man. No doubt. Kool-Aid, please don't stop doing what you do. Straight fire every Sunday is a bless. Oh, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You already know. Yeah, we're supposed to have a good one. We got a good one. So you already know Mama Michah will be pulling up. Hopefully get her in here and acclimated to the realm. LastStandMedia fam, stand up. You already know. Solve we got, but we may have Solve on limited time. He was definitely missed last week. So anytime we can get with him, we would appreciate. And you already know the king gonna have a lot to say on certain topics. IMAX, what up? What's going on? Everybody share this out. Share this live. Share this live. Tell your friends. Hit the like. What's that stuff all the YouTubers say? How we gotta do it? Shit.
If you guys enjoyed the podcast, man, hit that like button. Subscribe for weekly podcasts.
Hit the notification bell. Tell your friend, tell a friend.
No, don't hit the notification bell, man. So sometimes I don't want you guys knowing I'm
my Lord.
Go in there and clown on me.
Zeb, what up? Retro Nerd, what up? Kool-Aid, what up? Walter White, what's going on? Premature procrastinator. Came for the bars, stayed for the heat. Oh yeah, we gonna get the bars in a minute. We gonna get the bars in a Nola Oranges, what's up? Pixel, Big G, what's going on? Lucius Augustus, the Lord of Discord, my man, always with the good questions, also on LSM. I see y'all piling. Tell everybody what's up, where y'all at? It's 1 o'clock. Oh, I know what it is. That football playoffs. That's supposed to be with the Lords. You're supposed to have it on 2 TVs, one with the Lords and one watching the playoffs. Anyway, we will be back.
One monitor. I don't get it.
Addict's supposed to have Addict have Friday night football on.
There's playoffs? I thought it was over. What's going on? I was lied to.
Playoffs, baby, playoffs. Joe Max said, feel better, Lord Addict. No doubt, no doubt. Lola always can't wait to hear King's take on that PlayStation 4 director's cut. No doubt. Yeah, King gonna have a lot to say. So anyway, we will be back. I'm gonna give y'all the bars because y'all wanted them, and we will try to get Mama Michah in. Talk to you soon. Phoenix down, what up?
Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look, y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal, and haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. I got no, let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I want to do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dog, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars, and I'm going places. Better tell a Uber, cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What did you do?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What did you do?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment. They call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What did you do?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just
that
super
going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't wanna be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they wanna compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I'm addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gon' hold ya, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for ya. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm
Keep
just super
that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. Let's do that again. Hear ye, man. Welcome to the show. If you would not mind, go ahead and find yourself a spot, get comfortable, grab a snack, do all that good stuff that we need to do, and we're about to get started. It's not important who I am. What's important is that you are pulling up to the Iron Lords podcast right now as we speak, and I guess I'm here to keep you entertained until it's time to get this show started. So, look. Y'all done messed up and turned me to an animal. And haters be swearing they real, but come to find out that they really mechanical. And yeah, I be eating these rappers, but that's all a part of me being a cannibal. And they say I'm better than money because you can bank on me being accountable. I know a million rappers that don't want to be on a song with me, that's understandable. I kill a beat and they want to compare me to Freddie and Jason. I'd rather be Hannibal. They be like, why use a video game? Just be original, y'all too dramatical. I know it's random, but I am addicted to flipping the sample and making it flammable. This is that yoga, fire, flame. They think it's arson up in the apartment, they call it department and I get the blame. Still I be running, collecting them rings. You just a target when I'm in the range. I was the hardest to start regardless back when you was messaging people on AIM. Check my vocals, all on Twitter, but I'm anti-social. Love my city, but I'm still bi-coastal. Let's switch that up.
What is you doing?
What I wanna do?
Don't stop. Nah, that was dope.
I'm just
Keep that going. Keep that going. Nah, go ahead.
Look, I guess you could say that I'm very spoiled. For them to be your dogs, they ain't very loyal. But I ain't gonna hold you, I ain't here to boil you. You ain't gotta say it, I'm embarrassed for you. Always been a nerd, never been a loser. Making Voltron with a gang of cougars. And I'm going places, better tell a Uber. Cause it's pretty hard to sleep on Freddy Krueger. I'ma just chill and watch them and eat snacks in the attic. I wanted to chill with the pack and be like a young wolf, but then they would mistake me for addict. If I can imagine it's cool to give you some advice, then invite your girl to your squadron. Cause if you don't give her that option, you gon' be single player like Sovereign. You gon' get tossed in the bushes by King David. Royalty and not a pretender. Detrimental to an elemental, what's an avatar to a knee bender? I gotta be me though. I know it's my destiny, word to Cognito. Who cares if you fly, if you still a mosquito? You swear you ain't stuntin', but really be Steve-O. You like to collect stuff and that's cool, but I got bad news. Even if you really was that dude, King David still be the king of the statues. Since a juvenile, I've been cursed with a curse to be musical. And if you hate it, we'll meet in the crucible. Other than that, then it's cool and it's beautiful. We let you know that your dreams are pursuable. Whatever you wanna do, then it's doable. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day. Woo. If you got work on a Sunday, it's suitable. Cause you can listen to this in your cubicle on the Lord's Day.
All right. Hear ye, and we are live. Welcome to the Iron Lords Podcast, LLC, and also live on lordsofgaming.net, episode number 240. That's another glorious Sunday. We're back at the round table on the Lord's Day. I'm extremely excited about our special guest, and we've got Xbox Series X and S sales records, Stalker 2 delay, Xbox 2022 lineup, and Hitman 3 to Game Pass and VR to discuss, so we're going to get right into it. I want to introduce a lady whose infectious positivity and undeniable passion for nerd culture truly resonates within the gaming community. Whether it be her detailed unboxings or informative takes on JRPGs, all done with that trademark smile. Introducing the creator and host of the Mama Michah YouTube channel and First Lady plus coordinator of LastStandMedia, the Lady of Dragon Ball Z and Hockey, proud mama to Russian treble, and one half of gaming's most awesome power couple in the realm. Live from Virginia by way of Western Massachusetts and making her debut into the realm of the Lords, my girl, Lady Mama Michah. How we doing, sis?
I'm good, thank you. That was quite the intro.
You are a lady and lord in your realm. It's only right that we show you the proper respect here in the realm. How you doing? What's been going on and what you been playing?
So things are good. We're getting snow right now, which makes me feel right at home since, like you said, from Western Massachusetts. So I'm enjoying it. Currently playing, I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers, Hades, and also started the Pathless on PS5 this week.
The Pathless, the one with the ninja, with the girl with the yes, with the
She's got a bow.
Yes, the bow. Yes, a lot of running mechanics. Yes. Nice. That's cool. So you got a little snow going. Yeah, we're supposed to get hit a little bit later on for us. So I know you're in your element.
I've already been hit.
Oh, you already been. What you got, Attic?
It's about like 5 inches of snow outside right now.
That over there.
It's working its way this way.
Working tonight. King is coming.
Not work its way nowhere over here.
It's coming, son. Anyway. So
you're Martin Luther Day clean.
Oh my God. You're ridiculous. Anyway, and you already know we got the 4 horsemen of gaming, those original lords of the round table, with some time sensitive, because we got to respect Mama Michah and Solve's time and limited availability. My co-host, nah, you good. My co-host, the co-host, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the howl of the young wolf, my man, Lord Attic. How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty good. I just came back from that Game Pass airport. Had to direct the people straight to the runway.
Oh, you was on the runway today? You do got the jacket.
My little flaps. It was picture King. It's like, oh, King's here.
Land the plane for King and Game Pass. No doubt. What's it going on, man? I know you're a little under the weather, but glad you kept making, sir. What? Can you comment on what you've been playing?
No, unfortunately. There is something that says I cannot comment on it.
Yes.
I never understood those type of things, but like I get it. But like part of me is like, yo, Xbox Live is like literally like ratting what I'm playing. So it's like, why can't I comment on it?
Xbox Live was clearly snitching on what you were involved with, but we can't comment on it because the Lords have to respect.
Just screenshot them and put it up.
No doubt.
And don't tag me. That's not mine. Tag King.
Tag King.
No, please.
And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo gamer who lives with a single player selfish experience, and also the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity and Lord Patreon of the Iron Bank. My man, sorely missed last week. Lord Sovereign, how are you doing, sir?
What's up, guys? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Almost 3 weeks into
the
New
Year. It's the 16th, fam. Look, I'm sorry. You missed the podcast. You missed the podcast of New Year. You just keep it moving. You don't just come back a week later and say Happy New Year.
Damn, the man come back and get abused.
No, ain't no love.
No. I missed you. I missed you.
I thank you. Y'all all. by the podcast that I listened to last week, and you all sorely missed me. So thank you.
Yes, we did, sir.
There's never been a truer saying than God bless. Say less.
Say less.
Please say less.
Right, there we go.
So
these
I
people were
apologize.
super chatting just to have us read it at that point.
Mike, Addict, turn your mic down just a little. Now it's peaking.
I apologize to the realm for missing last week. It could not be avoided as a shout out to FedEx and their thieving asses. So we'll leave that in the bushes right now.
Yeah, we'll leave that straight in the bushes.
Yeah, shout out to y'all, to my brothers for holding
I
it
love
down.
the
My
new tracking
apologies.
stuff that you can track everything, how it's going down. So when it says delivered, you be like, what? And you can run downstairs and catch them.
Well, that's the thing. I rerouted mine because I wasn't going to be home. So I said, I'm going to reroute it. Obviously, it's a public delivery drop-off space. Shouldn't be an issue. So I don't think the issue was there. The issue was en route. Because after this happened to me, I'm like, okay, let me just go on Google and see, if there's a real problem with FedEx. And yeah, there's a real problem with FedEx.
If something like that happened to me, I'd be using that Google Maps. Where's that FedEx truck?
Where's
Where's that FedEx truck?
He had a little dude with his package just running around on the map.
You see your package moving away from his house.
Somebody, but that's what you honestly,
He's
and
on
that's
6.
why
Everyone go.
that's why I had to miss, because I was like, it happened right. I went to work early in the morning. I came back, I picked it up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go pick up my phone, connect it, go up and do the show.
Right.
When I go get the package, I'm like, because it was the phone, plus they sent me like a whole like a what's it called, the Next, the Google Nest and stuff like that. It was a whole package. So I'm like, this is kind of like, and I go in there and I see the Pixel 6 Pro box. I opened the box up. They left me the instructions and the charging cable.
Time out.
Oh, that's dirty.
Okay, so they actually opened your package.
They opened the package,
removed your phone.
Removed my phone, removed the Google Nest, gave me the innards, and then what they did, they taped the outer package was such that you could open it without breaking it. So all they did was put some tape over it to show, like, if they probably had that's like one little piece of tape or whatever. So they covered it, and I'm like, okay, it didn't seem like they're reinforcing it. And I go in there. And it was just, it's a bad.
A supreme opportunist.
Yes.
He said, this looks like a Google phone.
Anyway.
So that was that.
Okay.
So over the break, I still haven't finished Halo Infinite, but that's the only thing I played.
Okay.
That gameplay.
Yes. Chef Kiss, baby.
Tell me, can I ask you a question? Because I get attacked. I get attacked by these Twitter people. Because I said
You don't say.
I know, right? Like it's
You
uncommon.
can't really say attacked when you hold the door open.
I know, right? Now turn up just a little bit. Now you're a little too low.
I said this is the best Halo, and I'm talking about in terms of gameplay and feel.
Yes, I
Out
think
of any Halo.
No
I think that's true.
I'll
I mean,
give Kenny
in terms of the same thing I said about the open world. Same thing I said about the open world before the game came out. Before the game came out.
Okay. Oh my lord, yo, Sav, get the super chats, please. Get the super
Hold
chats.
on a
I
second.
hate to interrupt you, but there's a lot. The super chats are coming in hot. Messy.
I'm copying and pasting right now. So let me see. You want me to read the last one that
Read
came
the
in?
last one, right? Yeah, read the last.
Brother.
We
Way
gonna
to
read his
inaugurate
name.
me for 2022. Let me play with your joystick. $5 super chat. Sob, I missed you. Cog and Addict just can't put it down like you do. Pause. A big pause.
You got to fair. You were missed. Shout out to Let Me Play with Your Joystick, returning to the realm just for Saab. Salute.
I missed you too. I missed you.
Anyway.
So real quick, I agree with that sentiment about it being the best. It still has some of that open world stuff, that issues that all open world games have, where you after a while you start repeating stuff. Yeah. But the way you navigate that game, the whatchamacallit, the grapple shot is absolutely game changing. Every engagement, it makes that sandbox feel more alive. So yes, it does have the issues that all open world games have. Right. But that gameplay and that sandbox applied to that open world.
Yeah, I had somebody attack me, and I'm telling him there's absolutely no way that any Halo that you pick up compared to the way this Spartan moves, this 1-ton character
Yeah.
is not as agile as this Spartan here.
No
And
doubt.
you feel that agility. But and when you're going up against the brutes, they feel lumbersome and cumbersome
Yeah,
when
they
they're
feel heavy.
attacking you. So you have that agility to move in and out of the way. I just felt there was how they showed each character's movements and how they depicted it. It was perfect for me.
No doubt.
Yeah,
No doubt.
I love
Shout out to the people in PvP that still don't understand with a grappling hook and sword you run, you don't charge at me.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Anyway,
Yeah. So as you can tell, I'm at an undisclosed location.
undisclosed location for limited time.
I know, right?
We will
Behind
keep
the
it.
sheets.
We will keep it pushing, and you'll get the super chats. You want to get after King? Or
Yeah, I'll do it after.
No doubt. And of course, we have the Incredible Hulk of this, aka the XS Gamer,
Ooh,
the prophet of Xbox,
Swami.
king of the statues, who demands nothing less than that premium experience. It is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how we doing, sir?
I'm doing incredible. All right, so Game Pass dropped some games this week, and I know you guys is mad, but I got Game Pass, and I know you dry over there. So let me tell you what's going on over here.
Wait,
with
who is
Now,
dry over where, sir?
They know they dry. They know they ashy.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
I have the
Mike is
lotion for you. I have the lotion for you.
That's another reason
Wow.
people gonna say we an Xbox podcast.
Remember, the
listen.
opinions of King did
Listen.
not reflect all of Iron Lord's podcast. Continue.
This is the problem. See, somebody said, "Oh, y'all an Xbox podcast." I said, "I am the only Xbox dude over there. What are you talking about?" And then at the same time, I also have my PlayStation. You just mad because I don't rep how you want me to rep. Anyway, so Anacharis.
Ooh.
Anacrusis?
Oh, the Crucis?
Anacrusis, whatever.
I heard things.
Ali Bushes.
Oh, it,
I mean, King,
if
it
he about to
is.
cap for this, it's about to get ugly.
Yo,
I mean, it is Beta Boy King right now.
Hold on. It's
Listen,
a beta
listen.
boy situation.
Listen, it is Beta Bushes. So
It's a beta boy situation.
Yo, so I turned it on. I was like, "Oh, I remember this game. I remember when they showed it." I said, "Ooh, delete."
Wow.
It was the hardest 5 minutes of my life that I had to suffer through this game. And it was the quickest delete.
But King, don't
Underscore.
you have to play it? Don't you have to play it co-op though?
I did.
Okay.
I had 3 other
man.
dudes with me having the same miserable time that I was having.
It's
And I
that
said,
bad?
"It's goodbye. It's goodbye. I do not want to try. Thank you. I do appreciate your effort.
I do appreciate you.
And if you need feedback, I got enough.
You
of
got
it.
the feedback. I can't with you. You stupid.
No, it is absolutely not anything that I want to do. So
Okay.
right now, I'm ashamed of this.
Oh. Uh-oh. What you do?
I brought the season pass to Fortnite.
Whoa. That's family though. That's acceptable.
That's me and my
for the
son.
That's
Okay, but
okay.
check this out. Check this out. This is where I gotta come clean.
Uh-oh.
This is where I gotta
Can't
come
build. I
clean.
already
Fraud
know where
alert on
this is going.
King.
He
Fraud
can't
alert
build.
on King. This is rare. He never does it on
This is
himself.
where I gotta come clean. He wasn't on and I was playing.
Oh, wow.
I found myself.
You fell down the rabbit hole, King.
Yo, I found myself grinding by myself. Pause.
Oh.
Check this
All right,
out.
so Iron Lord's podcast. We're looking for a new Lord. You know,
I got victory royales. I got 3 of them. I got addicted.
Wow.
So I'm sitting there addicted and I'm playing. And my girl walking past and I'm like, move. And it's just me and this one dude. And I don't know how to build properly. So I'm like, if this guy start building, I'm in trouble. I'm hiding behind a tree. Over there. I got a flare gun. I said, this dude don't know what I got in my pocket. I can't. So I shot at him one time with my scout rifle. Pop, pop.
Yeah.
And I hit right.
Yeah. In the bushes.
So I heard him with his little Spider-Man webs. I said, there you go, baby. You fell for the trap. He came right over. I shot him right in his face with that flare gun. Pew! I lit him up with that shotgun. And I ran away with my victory royale. I'm going to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
This is when I said, I hate y'all more for what you did to PUBG.
They killed your PUBG, man. They did.
Yes, sir. It
They
is
did.
a highly addictive
Yeah.
game, and every day they have different stuff to get your money.
Yeah.
and they don't stop trying to get your cash.
Marketing.
Beautiful cash grab.
It's insane. It's insane. So let's get the super chats quick, if we can.
Let's go. Cool. Let me go. Let me roll back for a moment. Actually, there was the last one of last year that came in right after we went off air.
Yes, please.
So I'll read that from Splendiferous.
Salute.
$2 super chat. Sob Kratos ain't coming out next year.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. All right. Then we got Doovie, member for 14 months. Thank you, sir. We out here, one of the best parts of the weekend, ready to see King hit Sony with that fatality.
Okay.
Then we have Senua's dad, $5 super chat. Listen, man, we don't want middle ground cog today. King, by all means, decimate the PlayStation community.
What?
God bless.
Why we gotta decimate? Why they don't want me though for ballots?
They don't want any of this. They only want King smoke.
Yeah, all that logic stuff. You going? Yeah.
Also, good morning, Lord Sub Cali. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for waking up early and joining us. We got Jigga J, $5 super chat. Good morning, Lords and Mama Michah. Welcome back, Sob. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Then we have, I must have copied this 3 times. Tazuichi, $10 super chat. Sup, Lords and Lady Mama Michah. Sob, welcome back. These guys needed your help seeing that Cog can't host and take care of super chats. All love, Ronan, aka Shogun Cog.
Wow, that's how you do, Vital? Okay.
I apologize for allowing them to mangle super chats. Then we got Big Cloud Gaming, the homie member for 11 months. Salute to my brothers of the realm. Keep grinding and keep striving for greatness. You as well, my brother.
Salute, brother.
So
had
much.
a fantastic Kate Yeager interview. Big Cloud.
Oh, yes.
He's doing fantastic.
Then we got Four Eyes Malone with the $5 super chat. What's up, Lord? Shout out to Mama Michah. I can tell King coming with the jokes today. He has on his Eddie Murphy red leather.
Yo, she said he got the delirious.
Delirious.
Yo, King, you got to answer. Oh, he's smiling. He's smiling.
No. I understand. I know what they want, and I'm here to deliver.
Continue.
There we got Hustle and Motivate, the homie. Shout out to him.
Hustle.
He just let's put the crest in the chat. It's just upgraded to Lord Bronze. Thank you,
salute,
sir.
Salute, man. One half of the Attic Show. Salute.
Yes, sir. Then we got RRD with the $2 super chat. Shout out Father Cog.
Yo, that's an inside joke. Yeah, they killing me with that Luca thing. Shout out to Lady Luca. She had a picture of
Lady Luca.
Like, your daughter. I'm like, damn. Did me dirty. Continue.
We old, God. We old out here.
Man. I had to get a haircut. Look young again. Continue.
Then we got Hargeet Shadi, $5 super chat. Sob, the Lord of super chats, is back. Salute to the Lords on this Lord's Day. Thank you, sir.
Y'all a little too excited that he back.
Then we got Suicide Kings member for 15 months. Thank you so much, sir. King David saying Twitter peeps are attacking me as he stands over some poor Twitter fool holding a bag. Fraud alert. Then we have Kelly May, $5 super chat. Mama Michah's hair really out here showing the panel up. Woo! Get out the Jergens for these PlayStation dudes. Wow. There isn't much hair to show up. But yeah, Mama Michah's she killing us. She killing us today.
What else we got?
Then we got Slow Mo Backslap, $5 super chat. Shout out to the Lords, especially the Lord of Leaks, Lord Insider Nito.
He messing around because of Defiant Duke. Yeah, something went viral on speculation. Yeah. And they
was
now
you?
Yeah, it's me and Maddie.
That was you, man. What's funny is I was in a Discord. I was like, man, what Maddie do this time on the Defiant 2?
It was both of us. It was supposed to be. Shout out to the dude.
It says, not telling you what you want to hear, but leaking what you need to hear.
Slow. It's on DPS. Stop it.
Okay, hold on. Let me roll back a little bit because we have a few. Okay.
Once we start.
Yeah, once we start. Yeah. Then we have Render with the $2 super chat. Agent 47 definitely coming for King's Fit. Yeah.
Nice.
Then we have Kuro Vader, $5 super chat. Please say something, sir. But appreciate you.
Please.
Then we have Lucius Augustus, $5 super chat. Shout out to the Lords. It's great to see Xbox doing well the past holiday season, but I'm looking forward to 2022, and no matter what, Game Pass got me.
Okay. Salute. Respect.
Always.
Caught up.
We are caught up.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
and one last one. Shout out to David Hotright. Got that black mug. He actually got the 10K coffee mug. He said he couldn't pass up an opportunity to commemorate today's show with Lady Micah. Salute Lords and Lady on the Lord's Day. Salute David Hotright. That's what's up. So as we continue, we still got. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Keep in mind, Chad, those 10K products are leaving you soon.
They're leaving.
So
They're leaving.
if you want to pick it up, I would suggest pick them up today.
Yeah,
Like,
10K shirts and all that merch. Cups will be
That's
leaving.
about to go away.
Limited edition. And of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi LordCognito, spreading that realness in the realm of the ILP. Not telling you what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. Shout out to Defining Duke again with Mr. Matty Plays. Had a good show. Talking that Stalker 2 delay, also E3 stuff and more. Also, check out the LSM Patreon. We got an amazing show with Cobra Commander himself, Mr. Colin Moriarty, and myself and Maddie talking about Tencent. Very powerful discussion, very honest discussion. Check that out. That's an exclusive up on the Patreon. Shout out to The Last Word with Ebontis and Ty Guy Travis. We had a good guest from NASA, Lady Lucia, talking about that Witch Queen, the new trailer, the Orb Generation stuff. There's a little controversy going on there. For me, as far as gamings, I back on Destiny this week for a little bit. Shout out to DJ Orson and Chad. Those guys are helping me out. I got the dungeon completed. Got my Galahorn Catalyst King, so I'm very happy. I'm getting all my
I'm not your friend anyway because you have the Vex, so you can stop talking.
You ain't get the Vex.
You really can stop having a conversation.
You don't got the Vex method class?
You can really.
Oh, sorry, I apologize.
Stop having a conversation.
Anyway, moving on. So that was that. I've been doing that, and then Halo 5 multiplayer just been rocking out. But one last super chat.
How's that VR though?
Oh, that VR is crazy. It's been Demon, but I didn't get a chance to play. I was supposed to play yesterday. It's been a busy week. Blame Mr. Matty Plays. He got me working. We're doing a lot of shows, so I couldn't play much VR as I wanted to play. But
I wanted to play that Contractors.
Yeah, we got to get Contractors. We got to get Debian on. So get the riffs out. You already know.
Grab up ACG.
Yeah, we got to grab up ACG. We definitely got to do that.
Ready AC.
So we're going to grab those last two before we move on with the main event.
We have a Kuro Vader once again, $5 super chat. This is the first time I'm catching you guys live and giving a super chat. Ohio Gosamaisu from Okinawa, Japan. Okinawa, Japan, baby.
King. You heard that? That was crazy.
That's why we love him.
That's why we love him.
And the show
I feel like he might be able to pronounce stuff better than Saul.
He said the show's going to end at 3 o'clock.
The show is ending at 3 o'clock.
I'll take a job. Anybody want to give me a job?
This man definitely needs some voice acting.
Then we got a Lord Ruffles, £5 super chat. Taking a break from the Game Pass goodness that is Dragon Age Inquisition with auto HDR and FPS boost, looking and playing gorgeous. Wow, I might have to go back to that. I didn't realize I had both. Then we got Flame, $5 super chat. Good afternoon, realm. Been a while, so I'll keep it brief. Playing God of War on PC is a great time. Have a great show.
Oh, you're not playing the downgraded version?
Oh my!
Although Flame did say he was not feeling the dad story. He was not about the dadness.
Oh, I don't know. Shout out to Flame.
Yeah, but how you feel about that Xbox controller? Oh,
Eddie, moving along.
Let's go.
Getting messy. So now we got all the business taken care of, and our guest has been very patient with us. We gotta focus with our foolishness. We gotta focus on Mama Michah, her journey into video game creation, and of course, what led her to becoming the coordinator for LastStandMedia. But Lady Michah, let's start from the very beginning. What were some of the first video game systems you had, and what got you into gaming?
Oh, sure. So growing up, we didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. So I was primarily playing games at my friends' houses. So I had one friend with an N64 and we'd always play Mario Kart. I had a different friend that had her dad had a PS2. So we'd play like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. And I looked forward to that so much. When I was a kid, I loved, playing games with them. When I was like 10, I ended up getting a Game Boy Advance, which I still have. It still works. And I only ever got 3 games for it, though. So I have a lot of games I still want to go back and play on it. I've been slowly buying some of the ones I missed out on. But that was really what got it started. It was going to friends' houses and playing. Oh, it was the blue Game Boy Advance SP.
The see-through one or the hard blue?
No, the SP
the hard
flips
blue.
up and down.
Yeah, the SP was the square one.
It was the first one that had the backlight, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, what was the 3 games though? What was the 3 games you had for the SP?
I had Kim Possible 2.
Okay.
I had Virtua Tennis, and I had Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo. Salute. So then from there, what did you graduate to, or what was kind of like then the first console? Or did you still kind of playing off your friends' consoles and stuff for a while? What was the next transition as far as consoles?
So, yeah, I played, my sister and I would play a lot of computer games together. So my mom bought us like Road Rash because she really wasn't paying attention to what she was buying. And she was like, cool racing game. You'll like it.
Like this motorcycle racing game.
And beating people and running from the cops.
The music was good.
Music is good.
She bought us that. She bought us Driver at one point for PC because she was like, it's another racing game. You'll love it.
It's like, Michael, have you heard of this game called Grand Theft Auto?
It's a racing game. You might
It's a racing game. You're going to love it. Here you go.
Continue, Michael.
So we were super into stuff like that. In high school, I ended up being friends with kids that had like Xboxes. And that's when I started playing 360 and I fell in love with it. The first game I really played was like Red Dead Redemption.
Hold on. This is the solve segment. Continue. Why Red Dead Redemption?
Hanging out with the bad kids with the Xbox.
Let's hear about that Red Dead Redemption love. What drew you to that game? Because Solve loves this game.
So I love Westerns. When I was a kid, my mom and I always watched Westerns together, like Gunsmoke and Bonanza and all these shows.
Oh, yeah.
So I just loved Westerns, and I had no idea there was a Western video game. And growing up in a very rural area, hunting is really big where I lived. So it was cool to have this game that it's got hunting, it's got horses and all this stuff. I loved it. And it's still my all-time favorite game. I absolutely adored it. And that got me playing shooters as well, because from there I played Gears 3, which I love the Gears series, the multiplayer especially. But Red Dead really kicked it off for me.
That is awesome. Like, can't go wrong. Solve, do you approve? You have any comments on that?
I 100% approve. He's on the right side of history. That's
now for the Red Dead community. The not say controversy, but 1 or 2. Which one do you prefer, Mama Michah?
So I'll say the first one's always going to be my favorite because I love John Marston. That character is probably my all-time favorite character across all media, books, movies, games. I just loved that character and story. Red Dead 2 is amazing, and I was completely thrilled that there was a character named Micah in it. It just felt perfect to me because it's my all-time favorite game. And he was a bad guy, which is great because I love villains, but definitely the first one.
Nice. Cool. So you go on from there, you stay in the 360 era, and you said Gears. Any other standouts from the 360 era that really meant a lot to you?
Honestly, I just loved anything that was couch co-op. I loved Borderlands, especially the first one. I didn't play co-op because it only had vertical split screen, which we hated. But my roommate and I played, the rest of the Borderlands games together in co-op. I really loved any couch co-op games. Nice. That was a real fun part, having roommates at college years and things, and being able to play games with them, especially shooters, or even, Call of Duty, always playing like zombies modes together, or Spec Ops and like Modern Warfare 3. Those were always my favorite experiences, to was sharing it with a friend.
Yeah, that makes sense. And 360, with the controller, it was kind of built for that first person, kind of feel. And let's be honest, King, right? They, when modern war, I mean, obviously Halo is what Halo is, but 360 then kind of introduced a lot of gamers to Call of Duty and the modern warfare.
Call of Duty, I'm not gonna lie, when it first came out, and they had the smoke effect. And, because like when you came through the city, and the tanks was coming through, and they shot the smoke canisters. We saw the smoke. We was like, "Oh, let's do it!"
Oh my God! Yeah. Say, like when we saw the fur on King Kong and in the launch.
Oh yeah, the launch. Yeah. 360 was powerful.
I can't relate on the Call of Duty thing. I was a Call of Duty hater from birth.
From the beginning? Not even me from the beginning, because I remember
he came out the womb. Call of Duty.
I think besides getting a PC to play Half-Life and Doom 3, it was that Call of Duty. Because when you saw that first Call of Duty, like, oh my God. Because we were playing Medal of Honor, and Medal of Honor was cool, but it wasn't that.
You know what it was? So I didn't realize what 60 frames was. I just knew this felt different, than Halo at the time. And to be honest, it took a lot of people off Halo during that period. But
I had a different experience when I first saw Call of Duty. I said, "Can we turn this off?"
Oh my god!
Well, what was your first? Was it the World War II, like the first one, or was it Modern Warfare 4? It was the first one.
Call of Duty. It's the one where zombies first came in.
That was World at War, I think.
Maybe World at War.
First one.
Yeah, that one was okay. Yes, I can understand. But anyway, so back to my bike. You also mentioned Gears, right? And I know that seems to resonate, right? And it kind of fits the, you got your co-op aspect. What else was it about Gears? I know that's one of your franchises you're also very passionate about.
Yeah, the characters for sure. My favorite character was always Damon Baird. He's just a real, smart aleck, sarcastic guy. He's funny. He has the best lines. I always play as him in multiplayer. I loved the Horde mode.
Oh, sis, let's go.
It was just incredible to play that. The first one I played was Gears 3, and then we went back and played, the first and second one, and I just adored it. And the multiplayer was really intimidating because it's much slower paced than Call of Duty, but once you get into it, it's really my favorite multiplayer across any games that I've played.
Really?
It's very highly skill based. Like if you are really skilled, you have an advantage over us newbies like myself.
Yeah, no, trust
You mean the Spider-Man wall hoppers? You mean them people? Yeah.
The shotgun tuck and roll, boy.
Yeah, tuck and roll.
They get you.
If they're on your team, you love them.
Yeah.
They pick you up all the time.
I wanted to shout her out with that because, few people mention Horde mode from Gears, and they introduced that, and I really appreciate it because at the time, Mike, if we remember, wasn't it 5 players? And I always thought that was so cool because most games, the max was usually 4, and I just love setting up the defenses, your little, and the waves come. I would just play hours and hours, and it was just a ton of fun.
The only thing I saw Call of Duty for was like a zombies game. Like it didn't have a multiplayer campaign. It literally just had zombies. Yeah. So I guess the mansion from Black Ops, I prefer to play those Horde modes over anything else because I didn't. It's not that I didn't like the Gears Horde mode. It's just I didn't really have I jumped into the Gears franchise way late, so by then it was just outdated.
It's outdated. Oh, fair enough. So you got the 360 doing that. So then was the next transition to the Xbox One? Did you go PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4? What was your next transition as far as console-wise?
Sure. So we had a PS3. I didn't play it very much, though. I've never been much of a PlayStation gamer. I usually play on Xbox and Nintendo, or I really played the Vita a lot.
Oh, salute to the Vita.
Salute to you. Having taste.
Salute to her for having taste.
That was sort of the exception.
It's funny. I wasn't sure if she was a Vita player because Colin loves Vita. Right. So I was like, has he tried to Borg her into Vita Island?
No. So Vita, any Vita standouts?
I play a lot of visual novels on Vita. I like Persona 4 Golden a lot, but. Yeah, I hate a lot of the games that Colin really likes, like Freedom Wars. I hated that one.
Jesus. Look, different. Everyone has their own taste. Everyone has their own thing in it. And that's really cool. So you got that. So not too much PS3, obviously. So then I'm assuming you stay into the Xbox One era. You move into the Xbox One era after the 360 then. Is that correct?
Definitely, yeah. Okay. And not to say that we didn't also get the PlayStations. We ended up pooling our money together to get the special edition. So I had the Batman Arkham PS4, and we got the Spider-Man one as well. Because I'm a big collector of figures and things like that, physical games still. But yeah, Xbox has always been the primary system for me. It's where I play all the third-party games, mostly because the controller is my favorite. I love the offset sticks.
You know what? You're welcome here anytime. You would love to show up. I had a little questions, but right now you have answered everything, and I think you're on to something. Oh my God, let's go.
Don't worry, he'll still find out more questions. Don't worry, he'll find out more questions.
This is great.
I just love King is definitely happy with
Bob Mike's control of choice is a fantastic control. Yes.
I can't. Anyway, so during the Xbox, now I gotta ask you some fun Xbox One questions because me and Maddie have something planned eventually, probably like a retrospective. But were you a Connect lady?
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, I loved Connect.
Okay, let's talk about it real quick, briefly. any particular moments or standouts that you know, because it was, I'll say it's polarizing. Some people, you know, didn't like it. Then you got the whole "it's spying on you" song. Remember that whole kind of thing. But like, was it something you had specific games, the fitness, or like the dance stuff, or anything you can remember with Connect that that really appealed to you?
Yeah, so back in the day, I was a big achievement hunter, and so I had GameFly, and I would rent any easy game to try and get as many points as possible. So I would get all the Connect games that were they were really fun. They were genuinely fun, but they were all the children's games. And so Connectimals was a favorite, where you get to raise your own little pet. They had some really fun dance games that I enjoyed. I wished that some of them were better. You know, like the Dragon Ball Z game, that was just terrible. I always hoped for more from Connect because I enjoyed using it. I loved the idea of it, but they just really didn't deliver with enough quality experiences.
Yeah, like I said, the tech was really advanced for its time, and it's a shame because the experiences just weren't all the way up to snuff, you know. But I wanted to sidetrack with the Xbox One again in reference to two specific things. One, obviously you're a big fan of hockey, right? So I want to know about any hockey games. Were you an EA, NHL kind of girl? And then the second thing was I found out me and you share a very particular love of an Xbox One game that nobody, well, it's actually multi-plat, but nobody really talks about. And I rave for this game. King, Saw, everyone knows, and I never heard anyone else raving for it. This is the Police. We got to talk about that. Yes. Let's go. So hockey first, and then This is the Police.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge hockey fan. I'm wearing a Bruins shirt right now. But I don't really play many sports games. When I was a kid, I would play I can't remember which game it was. It was like a football game, and you'd light on fire when you're like doing really
like
good.
NFL Blitz and all that?
It was
NFL
Blitz? Yeah, I think it was
Blitz.
Blitz.
Miami Blitz.
I loved games like that were more arcadey and fun.
Yes.
I don't get into the simulation type games as much. For me, it's just not as fun as watching sports because I'm a big football fan too. But I do like seeing what they do with the hockey games each year. I keep an eye on them because I like seeing, you know, how they update them. And they just look better and better every year.
And we got to talk about that. This is the Police. I was very pleased to see you. You had like an Xbox One kind of, you know, collection video, right? And Solve is awesome. She's going through. So I'm like, wait a minute. I know the cover to this game. I was shocked. Like, tell the world why this game, because I love it. I'm very passionate. Tell it why that game, like, it really resonated with you.
Oh, sure. I mean, no spoilers at all, but it is just surprisingly, the depth of the story was just shocking. You open up this experience, and it just seems like a quaint little management game.
Yes.
And then suddenly it just descends into madness, and it's incredible. The story is phenomenal. Yes. You have an amazing soundtrack of some really fantastic retro music,
voice acting,
and then it's this really great management game, and I absolutely adored it. I have not played the second one yet. I do own it, but I have not played the second one.
The second one
this is the one with the corrupt the corrupt police.
And he's voiced by like the actor that played, I think, Duke Nukem. And he's like, it's hilarious. Like, he's got to deal with managing the police, and you've got this corrupt mob influence going on. So you got moral choices, there's gray area. And then, like Micah said, like the management aspect of, you know, there's a lot of crime events that's happening that you have to manage the amount of cops you send, and it's a lot of push-pull if you don't send enough and you send the right type of people. This is the Police 2 expands even further on it. I still feel the first one is better, but the 2 tries to add like an XCOM strategy tactical layer to it.
Horrible XCOM.
Yeah, it wasn't. Me and the Attic agreed.
It was so bad. I played a couple of those battles, and I'm like, yeah, this can delete it.
It just they try to act like a gameplay. I think they would have been fine with the management layer, how it used to be in 1. But I'm glad you mentioned that. But I want to move forward because obviously we got a lot to talk about game stuff, but I want to keep moving with other things too. Content creation, because One thing about you that I love is, you know, you got these amazing unboxings. You kind of do a lot of different things in geek and nerd culture, pop culture, which is really cool. But like, what inspires you to kind of put yourself out there and say, hey, I'm going to be a content creator. I want to have a YouTube channel. Like, what was that?
Oh, so back in the day, I was just a huge fan of different channels like IGN and Rooster Teeth. What was the other one? Oh, Machinima. I was just a huge fan of all those channels, and I wanted to pretend that I worked there. So I would just, in between classes, this is when I was in college that I started the channel, I would just make my little videos and pretend that I got to work at IGN because I was just such a huge fan back in the day. And that was my little way to just sort of have fun, talk to people about games. I don't have too many friends in real life that are still gaming. Most of my friends have moved on from it. So building this little community where in the comments we can talk about games, you know, in the Facebook group and on Twitter and things like that, it's connected me with so many people now that I get to talk about games and the figures, collectibles that I buy when in real life I don't really have that same outlet.
I hear you, King. You want to comment on those collectibles? Your
no, because I know she's gonna probably say PVCs, plastic vinyl collectibles. Like from I may assume, but I could be wrong. I think I see Dragon Ball Z in the background.
Yes.
But yeah, you're a huge Dragon Ball Z fan.
You think? How did you mistake Goku? For
we gonna get to that segment.
And I see a Kakashi one in there too.
Please.
Looks like Hercule. That might be Hercule. I don't know.
Please don't mind Attic. He's just rude. Please. Walk past the attic.
You ain't doing that to my man. Continue.
But what I was gonna ask you, because I used to collect the video game PVCs, like the ultimate packages, like with Titanfall or the Halos and stuff like that. Did you pursue any of those collectibles?
I don't get too many of the like super collector's editions of games. I'll pick up, I'm almost always trying to get the steel books. I love collecting steel books. For like Yakuza 6, I got the edition that came with like the drinking glasses and everything. But too many times for me, the game comes with a figure for like a new character. Like Gears 4 collector's edition came with the JD statue.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this dude. I did not.
To be committing to you.
Yeah, I feel like it should have been Kat. Like she was a way better character than JD. So
yeah, it's a lot of money to drop on a character that you don't know if you're gonna like.
Good point.
So for the most part, I don't pick up too many of like the super special editions of games, but I often do get a collector's edition of some kind. For most games, if they have one available that's like a mid-tier option, I'll get that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, since we might as well just transition right into it because Attic was piping up. So, you know, one thing that I clearly respect that you have an immense passion for pop culture is anime. So clearly the Attic segment. So I need to know how this got started and then why you so hardcore with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, sure. So that just started with my roommate in college. One day decided they were going to watch Dragon Ball Z all over again.
Okay.
And we just watched it together. At first I wasn't going to watch it. I thought it was weird. And then I just kept hearing screaming from the other room. And I was like, why are they yelling all the time? Like, what's happening? These men are just constantly yelling.
Like 40% of the show, every episode. Like...
So I ended up watching it and I fell in love with Vegeta. He's my favorite character because I just love villains. Villains in any media are always my favorite characters.
Okay.
So from Dragon Ball Z, then we ended up watching Dragon Ball. We watched all the movies together. And then from there, we just, got a Funimation account and just kept watching more and more shows.
That's what's up. Attic, do we approve? Vegeta, do we approve?
Yeah, Vegeta's cool.
No,
he don't sound like
Vegeta is like one of those characters where like the writer don't know what he wants to do with them. Like, okay, you're gonna be a good solid character this year. The next year, be like, nah, I'm good. like next year is your year, Vegeta. Like,
so it's like educate you, Mike, because like for a person who's a non-anime person, like not Dragon Ball person, like what besides the yelling and the over the top and clearly Vegeta, like what was also the draw? I'm trying to get also the draw. What else drew you in about the series?
Probably the tension, I would say.
Yeah. There's a lot of suspense, tension. It's very violent, and I'm also a big wrestling fan. So I'm a big WWE fan.
Let's go.
And so if you like wrestling and then you start watching Dragon Ball Z, it's kind of like that. It just really pulls the same strings.
I got you. That's what's up. Any other anime besides Dragon Ball? Like, give me some of your top ones.
Oh, sure. Naruto for sure. Death Note is another one.
Yes.
I watch a lot of one-off comedy shows. Like Keijo is a really funny sports anime. It's just a lot of things like that. I like the cooking ones that are fun.
Did you like what was that? Dr. Stone? Have you ever tried that?
I have not.
That's a good anime.
What about the Kenjin Tensei?
I don't know that one.
Tensei.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Netflix. Listen, Addict got me on. He reignited it because I started with Dragon Ball Z back in the days, and I stopped, and he got me with Naruto, and
that was like the craziest 8 months of your life, wasn't it?
I blame
that show
him.
is so long, it's unreal.
I lost my soul watching this stuff because I didn't know how long it was. And I just started, and then I just kept going. And now I'm reading subtitles because, I had the English dub, so I thought it was pretty cool.
So just out of curiosity, King, because I didn't get this from you, how did you feel when you watched the original Naruto and you found out, there's another whole show?
Yes. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to lie. Once you start down that rabbit hole, then you go all the way in. And I stayed far away from Dragon Ball Z because I started with it, and because I saw this one character, and he's the little cat, the little Egyptian cat, and you know what I'm talking about. And he's like the destroyer of worlds. So he shows up and he just wants to have coffee and cake on your planet. And when he has coffee and cake on your planet, he kills everybody after eating coffee and cake on your planet.
Literally, he wanted ice cream and it was gone, and he threatened to blow up the whole world over it.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So,
Question though,
I stopped. I had to stop.
Have you tried the new ones like Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer or anything like that? Because people like to try in anime. People call the most popular animes that's ever existed Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. They call them the big three. Those are the ones that elevated anime to mainstream. Have you tried the newer ones, like the Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan?
Yeah, any of those interest you, Mama Michah?
They interest me for sure. I have not watched them yet. I haven't had my Funimation subscription since I moved, so I got to get that going again. I don't watch as much TV as I used to.
Gotcha.
So
I got you. That fair.
Well, if you have a Game Pass subscription,
oh my
what you can do is you got Crunchyroll rolled up. That's ultimate.
I will say that as far as anime, Attack on Titan is probably the best anime I've ever watched.
High praise from Addict. That is high praise. You already know. Salute. And I caught the wrestler. I just want to real quick. I don't want to go too deep in the rabbit hole. Some of the favorite wrestlers that you liked or from WWE. Very curious.
Oh, sure. We're old school wrestlers. We're talking Jake the Snake Roberts, Ravishing Rick Rude.
What I like to have right now. It's for all you. Sorry, continue.
For newer wrestlers, definitely Sheamus. I was a big Randy Orton fan for a long time. I haven't watched it recently. I kind of fell off with wrestling. But also Bobby Lashley. Big shout out to him. I met him at a show. I have a signed, photo of him.
Bobby Lash. That's what she was getting in. Any wrestling games at all, or not too much?
I am just terrible at them, but there was a really fun one on Wii. I think it was WWE All Stars. It was really cartoony, and just over the top, and I loved that.
Nice.
That was just hysterical.
Awesome. Like tremendous history there, tremendous anime history. Loving the versatility of the nerd and the geek culture. Kind of fun. I want to. Okay, good at it.
I was gonna say, and shout out to Baron, man. That dude, he's the only person because I have a friend that I grew up with that claimed I'm gonna be a wrestler when I grow up. That dude working at he controls where all the people deliver stuff.
Why you shaming?
But I'm not shaming him. He's doing good for himself. But all I'm saying is Baron,
Yeah,
I have
shout out to
seen
Baron.
that man struggle for years,
Became a
and now I
wrestler.
see him on TV playing on whatever the AWE or whatever it is. Like,
No, salute.
I just gotta give a shout out to Micah for loving heels when you're small. When you're small,
Yes.
yeah, when you're young, you don't tend to gravitate to the heels. You're just like, I hate this person. If I see you in front, I'll kill you. And you know, like when you talk about, I love Ravishing Rick Rude and Jake the Snake. In retrospect, you're as an adult, you're like, they were the best because again, any hero worth his salt is only as good as his villains, right?
Yeah.
And 80s heels were like, they were some of the most amazing heels ever. And those two were the dudes that you saw them come out and be like, I can't hate, but I despise you.
Yeah, like when they threw my man Ultimate Warrior in the coffin, I was terrorized. I thought he was dead for real. Like I was such a Warrior fan. So when I saw that, I was like, he can't breathe in there. How they gonna get him? I remember that. Yo, King, I was devastated that Sunday.
I would just love, for me, Ravishing Rick Rude because
he's the greatest.
He could back it up with his in-ring skills.
Yes.
But everywhere he went, he
disgusting.
insulted everyone.
He was absolutely filth. But I gotta say this: if you listen to everything that she said, she told you all this stuff really happened when she started hanging out with the Xbox dude.
I gotta be the Xbox dude. They the problem.
The bad influences.
Literally, she said after that it's like Vegeta, then it's Micah, and he's a bad guy, and Red Dead Redemption 2. So I like him.
You gotta turn everything
into Xbox
propaganda.
And last shout out song, we gotta shout out. Did it. Ted DiBiase was cruel.
Ted DiBiase was again like I mean the heel of all heels, right? To me, R.I.P. is Bobby Heenan, right?
Yeah,
Bobby Heenan.
Yes.
But we didn't see him wrestle that much. We mostly saw him in the capacity of being a manager, or whatever. But yeah, Ted DiBiase was a dude who came out, and the thing is, it's funny when you start listening to behind the scenes stuff of how good he was at kind of promoting other people and bringing people up, and you just as a kid, you're like, this dude, I hate this guy.
You know, I got a chance to speak to him, right?
Oh no, I didn't know.
Did you?
At a Comic-Con.
Oh, that's what's up.
Me and him talking behind the scenes, and this is before it started. Me and him back there talking. I was like, "Oh my God, I just want you to sign something." I ain't have nothing for him to sign.
I'm sorry, guys, man. Like, look, like it's bad enough I got to deal with combat talk. We really want to talk about wrestling for 10 minutes.
Dealt with your anime?
I just listened to your anime.
Anime
for real. Let me have my Civic with
like I can understand Cog and Saul talking about the anime thing. King, shut up. You literally talked longer than I did about anime.
No, and the thing is, my anime love ended. Like I never got into the shows. I never got into Dragon Ball, whatever. But I used to love like old school movies like Vampire Hunter D.
Scroll.
That sort of stuff. Yeah, Akira. Beyond that, I never got into the shows.
Thank
per
God
se.
they evolved that.
Oh, move time on Addict for being messy. Anyway,
I gotta really stop you today.
oh my God,
you out of control.
You out of pocket. Anyway, moving on. We got pop culture, nerd culture out, but I want to focus on Lady Micah in the sense that, you know, in my opinion, obviously you got this cool channel, you're doing all the stuff, you're following everybody, you know, you're like, hey, you know, this is how I would be if IGN, you know, whoever, any big outlet, this is me. You put yourself out there. But what I think is one of your magic moments, which one of many magic moments, is you know, you kind of as a content creator, sometimes don't say you get into things with your heroes, but sometimes you have disagreements, right? And one thing, obviously, you being a fan of Sacred Symbols and Colin and stuff like that, and there was a point where you guys had a differing viewpoint on something, and it was kind of during a period where there's kind of a lot of civil unrest going on. And one thing I thought was pretty amazing in typical Colin fashion, where, you know, if someone disagrees with him, something he will invite the person onto the show so they can have some discourse. So one thing that kind of led to another, and then you were on Sacred Symbols Plus, and it was the Black Gaming Experience show. And I thought it was very insightful. And I think in my opinion, during that, which was very cool, I think you guys realized there's more commonalities with the discussion than you thought. So I wanted to take us through that experience overall, because I thought the result was really cool of you guys coming together on that.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I was just stoked to get to meet him in the first place. I was really intimidated that he invited me on to do a topic like that. Because the whole thing it started because, you know, I saw something he'd said on Twitter, and I just sent him a message just to kind of clarify, because it concerned me a bit, just some of the things that he had pointed out. And he got back to me. Of course, he's super nice. I'd never interacted with him in my life. I was just a fan at that point. And he ended up inviting me to be on the show, which I was really intimidated to tackle a topic like that. I thought, what have I gotten myself into? I just wanted to talk
Not
about
to mention
games with the
Colin.
man.
Oh my god.
It's a sensitive subject, man. It was definitely, continue.
Yeah, and so he had a lot of really thoughtful questions, and I liked being on the show. It was really cool. I didn't feel at any point like I was being attacked or anything, or like it was an ambush, you know. It was a really nice, chill discussion, and you're completely right. We had a ton in common, and that was also what I wanted to highlight, was that we can have disagreements with people and still have completely civil conversations. Because there are things that we disagreed about on the show, but it was never an argument. It was never bashing anyone. I think that's what is sorely needed on the internet, is proof that you can talk to people about things you disagree on without having a fight.
Yes. Attic raised his head. Go ahead, Attic.
I feel like when it comes to Colin, like, because he does have like a little bit of an aggressive tone when, you know, he debates you. So I feel like people feel that is like him disrespecting it. Like, you can have an aggressive tone when you're talking to someone, because it's not necessarily he's being aggressive. He's just trying to understand what you're understanding. And I feel like a lot of people take that as disrespect. It's like, no, you could still try to get that perspective from someone else, and it's not disrespectful. But I feel like these days no one wants to have those conversations. Like they're more obsessed with you seeing their view, and it's not necessarily you seeing their view, but they want you being their view, and they don't care about finding a middle ground.
That's exactly it. That's what I thought was so beautiful about the discussion, because I listened to it. It's a very, you know, sensitive subject. It was during the time, obviously, unfortunately, you know, George Floyd lost his life. Twitter was ugly. Let's be honest, y'all. Twitter during that period,
whole world was ugly.
And Micah, you really resonated with me, because what you said is something that I do, which is like, look, you know, everyone knows my motto. I don't care about your background, politics, religion, sexuality, anything. As long as you're a gamer, I embrace you. But during that period, the reason why I don't engage in that a lot on Twitter, because they end up becoming divisive things, and then I don't want to not like you anymore. So, you know, so it's better I just like either ignore and just, we're not going to get into that, and I'll focus on the game and the things that unify. But the thing that you said was cool too, because you were like, you know, when you're looking at your timeline and everything that's going on, and you're like, oh my God, this is such a dark period. I don't want to eliminate some of my favorite people or favorite friends. And the fact that you guys were able to have that discussion, which was cool. You did it in the DM, which is respectful as well. Because let's be honest, once it go public and everyone jumps in and chimes in, throws tomatoes, it gets ugly. And what's cool is the tact you chose, because you just say, you know what, let's have a discussion. So many things that was said kind of bothered me. And he was like, great, you talk about it. And it ends up becoming this beautiful thing that you're like, wow, this is really cool. You know, we could come together on something and see each other's perspective, you know, kind of thing. I thought that was cool, Micah.
Yeah, definitely. The point of, you know, sending the direct message too was, like you said, it was a really sensitive topic. And it's one of those, I could have said something really inflammatory, had a bunch of people behind me on my side, and that would have, you know, but I don't want to hurt content creators that I support and admire. I want to actually talk to them. I want to actually figure out, you know, what's going on. Absolutely. It wasn't about trying to get like Twitter clout or anything. And not
to mention, like, that's not educating either. Like just flaming someone on Twitter because you don't believe in their perspective, that's not educating. And that's why so much stuff constantly happens, because there's more attacking someone's perspective than educating them on why they're wrong. And I feel like it's like I said, there's no middle ground. It's either one or the other.
No. Saab, you about to say something?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. No, I thought it was great. And again, shout out to Colin as well, because that's one thing I really respect about him too, which is like, Like we could disagree, but he's like, yo, let's have the discussion. You know, let's talk about it. And that's real man stuff from where me and King come from. You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about it. We don't got to get inflammatory. We don't got to get disrespectful. Yeah.
In the street stuff, like first, my thing is the DM. That's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, because if anything comes out of there, you know, it was a one-way, two-way conversation. If he doesn't say anything, it's just a one-way conversation. But only you two know this,
right?
All right. So if it got out any type of way, then you know, okay, well then he put it there, type of thing. But also, I notice when people put stuff on front page on Twitter, that means that they're checking for the, like you said, Twitter clout, which is a weird thing. I really don't think it exists, but it exists in people's heads. Like they think they one up you on something.
Yeah.
I engage in weird stuff. Like what I don't like is I don't like when they call each other Xbots and ponies.
Yeah,
and I was going to address that earlier in the show because I noticed a lot of content creators. I just want to tell a lot of the content creators, yeah, if you're not a content creator, say all the stuff that you want to say. But as a content creator, you have a lot of people looking at you. So when you put stuff like Xbots and ponies, you're perpetuating these negative stereotypes. Right. Just don't say those words. You can get your point across without saying those words. Yeah, and just stop on that part. But yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying, and I appreciate you just talking in the DMs. Those
I agree. Okay. I mean,
I was gonna say, and plus, bravo for you being able to have that conversation, because that's like a rare trait these days. Like I feel like everyone's on 10, man, and no one wants to calm down. Like
no, absolutely. And again, you'd be surprised. So many situations that the lords themselves have diffused has been in the DMs because as men, hey man, what you said kind of rubbed me a little bit. Let's talk about it. And then you had that understanding. But the minute it goes public, if we would have went first with our inclination, that person pissed me off, I'm going to go, then it gets crazy and it can't get solved.
Sometimes, and when people do take that, the dirty road, you just got to, high step and just walk around.
Yeah, that's them. I'll be like, yo, you're doing you. God bless. I wish you the best success. It's just not the lane that we chose to run.
I want to do.
Yeah. Exactly. So last question I do have for Mama Michah was also kind of in that vein, which is being a female gamer of color. How do you feel about the state of Black representation in the games industry as general? And then the second part, as far as like video game protagonists of color, do you think we're starting to see improvements there? Do you think more can be done? How do you feel on both subjects there?
Oh, sure. So, I mean, starting off, huge shout out to Nadine from Uncharted 4. I loved that character. She was so cool, and she had the natural hair, which is a beef I have.
Talk about it,
It doesn't seem very important, but when you see Black characters in games and they always have straight hair, and I know that hair in games is still terrible. I'll fully say that hair in games still looks really bad, and I don't blame people for not wanting to tackle curly hair. But when you see someone do it right and they take the care to give this woman a natural look, and I just loved her as a character for who she was. She was funny, she was tough as nails, she was just cool to be around, and she was a villain, which is great. And then of course in Lost Legacy, you get to hang out with Chloe, and it's the two of them, tag team in the world. So I adored that, and that experience, it showed me how much it does matter to me. That's something we talked about in my discussion with Colin, because he was sort of saying, why does it matter to have representation in games? And one of the examples I gave was that I'm biracial, my dad's white, my mom's Black. As a kid, you never saw biracial families on TV. You saw Black families, you saw white families, and I never thought anything of it until I saw it was like an Old Navy commercial that showed a biracial family. And it was the first time in my life I saw someone on TV that looked like I did, and it did matter. And that's when I realized that it does feel different to have people in media that look like you. And so I do think games are going in a great direction. I'm certainly not, someone that's like heavily pushing for it, because I want it to be meaningful. I don't want this to feel forced. If you create a great game that has a Black woman in the lead, right in the forefront, like Uncharted 4, they did an excellent job with that. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm happy with where games are going. The new Call of Duty that had like the black protagonist in that, he was an excellent character. He's a strong leader. He was just really fun to, play as, and the rest of the crew as well. So I'm happy with what we have so far, and just excited to see the future of, what else they bring us in games.
Absolutely, totally agree, and that's why I wanted to bring that subject up, because I had to get you, Nadine. Was it GIF? Or I always mispronounce it. GIF or GIF?
GIF.
Sorry,
sacrilege.
Sorry, GIF. Okay, but I had to get the GIF for Mama Michah, because I knew how much that character definitely meant. And good. So I was gonna add something else after you finish.
It's weird. Like exactly what Micah says. Like you don't realize that you want that representation until you actively think about it not being there. Because oftentimes you watch stuff and you don't think about it when you're younger necessarily, if it doesn't come up as a subject. And as you get older, you start seeing it and you realize how important it is. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I sat down and watched Encanto, the latest Disney movie. And then there was a whole, sort of meme and gif that came out of that, where a young boy was standing next to a character that was in the movie on the TV, and he was a biracial kid, dark skinned, kind of big hair, afro, and the kid, he saw himself in that character in a way that honestly I haven't really seen before. Maybe looking at like Miles Morales in the Spider-Man movie or something like that, but before that, I'd never really seen that representation. And for it to come from Disney, kind of like the most evil of evil, if you want to say that. It's excellent to see, because that on that level it's something that's being overtly addressed, right? Yes. You have to, and I wish it didn't have to be that way, that you have to do that, but again, in order to move forward, it has to be something that you make an effort to put in these in games and in movies and do properly. So
well, I want to defend Disney right there. I didn't like
I don't.
Okay. First, Disney did
sound like you got the bag.
Princess,
you got the Disney bag.
They did. They did.
You know why? Because my daughters watch Disney stuff, and I sit there and I watch it with them, so I see a lot of our representation in it. And they had a lot of Hispanic other movies as well. And I just finished watching Luca, and about two Italian mermen with merboys, which was really good. And I thought about it while I'm watching it with my granddaughter. I've never saw, and I could be wrong, a movie about Italians in like their homeland, right?
Right. Just sort of Americanized stereotypes of Italians, right.
So I said, wow. I said, for some Italian kid right now, they're seeing their self in this right here. And I said, this must be so cool right now. Yeah. And it was just a really good, I really liked the film. It made me cry. Yeah, I do cry.
I cry all the time. I cry all the time. Yep. Another thing, I do have to give Disney their props though, because another thing that I saw, I don't know if you saw this as well, King, interstitially between movies, they'll give like a little advertisement thing, and they showed a thing where it was a sort of a reel of all the old, crazy racist movies. Oh yeah. And they said, this is our past. We know what we've done. Yeah. We know what we have to change in the future. Like they addressed it in a way I never thought it would, again, and as a young kid, you watch all these movies, you love these movies, you don't see those things, right?
They took them off.
They took them off completely. But the thing about it, for them to acknowledge it that way and actually just re-show them, because a lot of times that stuff will disappear, you'll never see it again. But for them to address it so directly and say, hey, we're making a concerted effort to right this wrong, was something that I saw. I was like, wow, things really are changing. There really is
if
a
you
shift.
want our consumer dollars, and you're going to represent us in this poor fashion, then we shall not patron your wares. It's just very simple. And if you do want our dollars, then you're going to have to represent us accordingly. Yeah. And like you said, you saw a commercial, and you never thought about it before until you saw the commercial with a family that represented yours. And it was like, wow, I didn't know I needed something that I didn't see.
And that's where the emotional part of it hits, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes myself, like, why am I getting emotional? This is a simple thing. Like, why? Because you don't see it. So when you finally see it, you're like, okay, this is me. Like, I'm out
That's
here.
how I felt with Black Panther.
I remember, Black Panther.
Black Panther felt that way.
I remember playing Miles Morales. When I saw Pasteles, I lost it. I lost it. My wife walked in front of the TV. She was like, "Are those Pasteles?" I'm like, "Yup." This is amazing.
It's different.
I watched the whole Black Panther. My kids are sitting there, and I'm crying throughout the whole movie because this is the first movie, and it could be something else, but and it was just no buffoonery.
Yeah, culture.
We weren't the doorman.
Yeah,
you know, it just. I just felt a huge sense of pride throughout the whole movie, and I'm like, wow, my kids get to grow up here now. This. Right here, and I'm like, wow, I get to experience this with them. I don't know what this means later for them, but I know what it means for me now.
No doubt, and definitely want to include. I want to disclude Addict on this, but just your feeling on the whole representation thing with gaming. Addict's quiet.
He said, I am not touching that with a 20-foot pole.
I ain't gonna lie, like I don't like talking though about that stuff because
he don't.
I feel like it doesn't matter what I say. If I say something, people tell me I'm white. I need to shut up.
Nope.
If I say something else,
that's why I asked you.
Not here. You know that.
Like,
that's why I said, you're my brother.
We sleep in the same room together. So
No, just in general, man. Whatever you feel, it's your feeling. It's how you feel, brother. Don't worry.
It's just something that it's gonna take time. You know, it's got to be one of those scenarios where I don't think a lot of people are against it. A lot of people are against like if it's forced,
right?
Like turning their favorite characters they grew up with, turning them to a different ethnicity. Like I think it's more of that than anything else, because like a lot of, you know, especially when it comes to like women in games, like I've never played a strong woman character in a game like Lara Croft, Cat, and felt, you know what, I shouldn't have played that. Like I've usually don't care what that person is. Like they could be I've played games that are animals. Like so I think it's just about, you know, the more you see good positive influence, like I can't remember the one from Forspoken. What's her name?
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. Damn, I know those guys that are making it, but I know the character. Yes, character called female of color.
But I do think. Because, you know,
and Compulsion's game Addict or Project Midnight is going to be also
Midnight.
Well, I do think that there needs to be a company that will help other companies with different hairstyles, different, you know, tones, because I feel like, because let's be real here, you know, there's a lot of companies that's not in America. There's a lot of companies that, you know, especially a lot of Eastern, they probably don't even see black people there. So like, like I think there needs to be like an outsourced studio that someone could go to that does nothing but customize, does like customization for everyone, not just, you know, because I mean, like, be real with you, like I've never cared about stuff like that, but I've never felt like I couldn't make a character that didn't look like me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like see, Attica always make him. I can't make me.
No, but it's a good discussion, right? Because like Mama Michah said, you know, one of the frustrations, you know, especially was always hair, right? It was just like the hair wasn't right, or
I go with the ball option.
Yeah, and then like, you know, I don't want to call certain games out, but you know, it's certain games that, let's be real, you know, as a person of color, you go to the character creator and you're like, is that a lot of
Enix games?
You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot of options here. It's just a different shade on the same, you know, and I'm just like,
I like my hair in Square Enix games. I always have.
What's funny is
like this Japanese cut.
Cog will spend like 45 minutes on a character development. And I'm like, and he's like, well, how did you get through it? So I was like, I use a preset. I don't care. Like, and he's like, and I was like, Cog, you're literally under a mask. They can't see none of that. Like,
bro, it's so ridiculous because even people give me credit for my Mass Effect trilogy representation about it. Like, I spent so much time in there because I was like, okay, they got this option. I can do this. I can do that. They got the tone right, the shade.
Not to mention if they start letting him like adjust like the how like fat and stuff is.
I gotta have the musculature. You know, we gotta be outside.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, you can customize you can customize the nose, like your cheekbones. Like, if you give all those things to Cog,
It's
he's
over.
probably just gonna play
over.
that. That's as far as he's getting.
Listen, man, I love it, man. But yeah, it's real. I'm glad we had a discussion. Last thing I want to give you credit for, Mama Michah, was when we're talking about, you know, protagonists of color. You shared one that really hit home was Lee from the Walking Dead, and I thought that was awesome. You know, the way you described him. And for the people who haven't heard you talk to Colin about it, like, why does Lee from the Walking Dead, the Telltale series, why does he mean so much to you?
Yeah, Lee was he was a father figure to Clementine. And that is something that we lack so much in media, is strong Black father figures. And so I'm playing this game and you have this adorable child that you're trying to keep safe. And you step up, and just seeing that the way that he had dealt with like prejudice, you know, when people find out about his past, or essentially, you know, find out the situation he was involved in prior to like the start of the game. And he's trying to deal with all of that while being the only person taking care of this little girl in this crazy situation. And he was just a fantastic character. He's calm, he's level-headed, he's smart. He wasn't at any point, you know, he wasn't over the top. He was just a real person, it felt like. And it was part of representation. It's not just about skin color, it's also about, you know, who you are. For me as a kid, I grew up watching like Hey Arnold and realizing a lot of these kids are poor, and that's how I grew up. And so it's not just about how people look, it's also seeing your situation, you know, seeing single parent households, seeing people that are low income. And that's what I hope we see even more of in games, is not just diversity of how people look, but, you know, characters that maybe they're low income, they have single parent families, things like that, to just so you can relate more to the game. When you relate to it, that's when you get so invested in these characters. That's when you really feel like I'm having an experience here and not just pressing buttons for 40 hours.
Absolutely.
And not to mention that would fix a lot of things society wise, because it's like, you know, you play this character and it's like, oh, this isn't true. So I was like, no, I've literally had to do that in my life. Like, it will bring a lot of spotlight to some of the dumb stuff people have to do.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So important. And I'm so glad you touched on that, Mama Michah. That was awesome. That was awesome, because we need more of that. It's bigger than that too. Like, it's economic, it's social, it's so much, because when you see it, it resonates, because you're like, man, I've been through that. I can relate. I am now even more invested in this game, you know, kind of thing. It's cool. It's cool. So I want to move on, because, you know, time is limited, but we got to ask the question in the round that we always ask our guests. So I need Mama Michah's top 5 video games or franchises of all time. Let's go. No pressure. Let's go.
All right. Well, number 1 is going to be Red Dead Redemption every time. Number 2 is going to be Witcher 3.
Beautiful.
I'm a huge Witcher fan. I love the books. I love the game.
So I'm going to have you back every week.
Every week.
I'd say number 3 is probably going to be Gears 3.
Okay.
That got me into the series. 2 is a really close runner-up. The Horde in 2 is honestly better.
Yes.
But 3 has the multiplayer. 5 has the best multiplayer so far, though. But so I put Gears 3 at number 3.
Okay.
Spec Ops: The Line would be next.
Let's go.
I really love Spec Ops: The Line. That's a game that I haven't played anything of that same caliber in a long time. It had the story, it had the phenomenal weapons and mechanics. There was nothing like it at the time. And I actually, you know, played it on the hardest difficulty. I never do that in games, but I just wanted to keep playing it. I couldn't put it down.
All right, one more.
I'd say number 5, this will be controversial, but it's going to be 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD from the Nintendo 3DS.
For the 3DS, okay. Okay, that is a unique one. You surprised me, because I thought for sure Viva Pinata would be on this list.
Oh, well, I almost said The Order 1886 as well. I mean, I could do a top 10 easy.
So
Top 5's
that's
really
in the
hard.
10. That's in the 10. Viva's in the 10, though.
Oh yeah, Viva
Okay.
Pinata is an amazing game that I genuinely adore. I have the Prima guides still. Those are like my prized possessions.
I'm
Miss
sure
Prima.
those are worth money.
Oh yeah, I miss Prima guides. Oh, those are like
are the
your
best.
Bible. Like
if you got some good ones with the games,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
are worth money.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely.
That was, I mean, that was like it came with Tekken. For
yes,
us.
yes,
Like,
that was a mandatory purchase.
Yeah, it was
Yo, the
mandatory.
chat is loving Micah right now. Shout out to Fonzie, really. He's like, oh, Red Dead. Did she say Red Dead? I love it. They going crazy. It's like she knows her games. Guys.
Christopher Hart going nuts for the Order 1886. Listen, I'm with King too. I love the damn Order 1886.
Yep, they like
The gameplay was derivative of Gears, and it wasn't as good as Gears. But everything around that world
That
and those
game was
characters,
beautiful.
I want to see again.
But you won't see it again.
Gears
Shout out to Jim Ryan. Not happening.
anyway.
The thing is, though, is Gears didn't get where Gears was without other games, you know, really putting it. It's why, like, when it comes to the Days Gone, like, I agree with what they did, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, Order 1886, like, Days Gone, like, those could have been your flagships if you would have actually
keep doing it.
gave
Yeah.
confidence to them.
Exactly. Like the origins of Gears come from like Win Back. And there was another game. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Win
like,
Back.
Like,
Yeah. No, I was just gonna say it's funny. The chat is hilarious right now. They love her pick so much. They're like, make Mama Michah a permanent host. She needs to be. I'm like, damn, they getting rid of us already.
I agree.
That's what's up, man. Salute. And the last question we always ask is, favorite console of all time and why?
Oh, okay. It's probably going to be Xbox 360 because that's what got me into gaming as an adult. Gaming was always something I enjoyed as a kid, but it wasn't really accessible. I didn't have many games. I didn't really have any of the big consoles. And as an adult, when I finally had my own money and I could, you know, buy games that I wanted,
You chose
360 was
greatness.
what got me into it.
That's what I'm talking about. You heard that. When she got as an adult and she got her own money, she went to the store and chose greatness. That's what I'm talking about.
You're ridiculous.
Bring her back.
Bring her back. Bring her back. Again, tremendous video game history. Amazing as a content creator. Love the unboxings. Love everything you're doing as far as, you know, just anime, JRP. It's just tremendous. And then obviously with Last Stand, we are Last Stand family. You know what I mean? So it's awesome. She's the coordinator. She makes things happen. I got a chance to meet her. So I got a chance to meet her. I was probably a little stressed. I didn't get a chance to talk to you as much as I wanted to because I was stressed for my first live show. So I'm like kind of getting in the zone kind of thing. But with the next one, we will definitely have more of these discussions. Of course, you're coming back in the realm at some point when schedules allow. But put your hands together for the amazing Mama Michah, LastStandMedia in the building. And I know because right now we got to respect her time because we got to get her out of here soon. So everyone to do your outros to Mama Michah. Start with Addict first. You want to say anything to Mama Michah?
I appreciate you coming on. I don't really know like a whole lot about you. I know that you're
Salute to
like,
your research.
No. I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
I respect that.
I'm just being honest. So you know, she likes anime, so I think I like her more than Solve at this point. But you know,
No. Red Dead and The Witcher trumps anime any day. Sorry.
Yeah, I go for it. I gotta be watching the Witcher series. Continue.
Yeah, so you know, I definitely appreciate you coming on. Like, we just want, when we made this, like we just want to have a good time talking to, you know, good people, and it's nice because, you know, the way the industry works, sometimes that's not easy. And it's nice to have someone on that, you know, just has multiple passions, not just gaming. You know, like anime, and you know, I don't really talk about like my anime side because the moment I talk about it, they're like, Addict, I don't want to hear this, move on. So you know,
the comments for us. Continue.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't talk about anime on the show that much. So
Continue.
but you know, I definitely appreciate you coming on. It was your backgrounds. I was a little disappointed you didn't play Pokemon on that SP, but you know, we'll move past that. So you know,
Micah, defend yourself.
No, she said,
No. I'm not much of a Pokemon person.
Thank you.
Like
That's
I said,
right,
the
let
right
it go.
side of history. The right side of history.
No doubt. And Lord Sav, glad you was able to stay, able to make it for Mama Michah. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
I know you've been so busy, man.
I couldn't miss this. Micah, it's a pleasure to see you again. I only got to meet you briefly at the Last Stand Media event, but I have to say, we didn't touch on the Mama moniker. Like, where does that come from? Because the thing is, you seem to have like a calming effect. So it seems to come from that, but I might be wrong.
Good question.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's no children at all. I have always been the mom of my friend group. We'd go out to party and I'd be the one with a water bottle and ibuprofen and snacks in my purse. I always had like Nature Valley granola bars, and we'd be at this like rage party and I'm prepared. So I was always the mom of the group, was the joke with my friends.
You had the hangover kit.
Yes, he had it ready to go.
I love it. And she was that friend when they talked. She's like, no, don't do that. No.
Designated driver by
Yes.
Salute.
Yeah. So the thing is, you do. It feels like you do have that calming effect over like Last Stand. Like, everybody knows Colin's history or whatnot, this, that, and the other. But for a long time now, specifically since you've kind of come into the picture, it's like there's just this calming effect all over LastStandMedia that is like, keep them knuckleheads in line. You know what I mean?
keep
I'm sure she's kept calling out of trouble in the past too. We just don't know about it.
It's so cool that relationship. I love it. Lord King, anything to say to Mama Michah on the way out?
Well, I love a woman of color in this medium, and she's excelling in excellence, right? But what I do love the most is your collectibles.
Yes.
And the fact that you said with your first bucks that you went to Xbox. So with this being said, you can come here anytime you like. The door is open, and we are welcoming you back. Trust and believe. I just needed that today. On God.
Now, what you need to do just to really test his words, go make that I'm switching to PlayStation video.
That is over.
All that bloviation.
No, because she's just told you if she has a top 10, the order.
This is the first thing King gonna do. He's gonna go on his phone and be like, unfollow.
Don't listen to him.
Amazing.
I told you, don't look at it. Just leave him alone.
Anyway, amazing history. Again, the legendary Lady Mama Michah. Enjoy your Sunday. Absolute pleasure. And of course, you will be back in the realm. A pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Have a good one.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a great day.
You too.
Micah.
Okay. Bye-bye, Micah.
Especially the rest of the show. You definitely don't want to be part of this.
It's about to get messy with kids. But have a good one. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See you.
No doubt. Sorry, you want to get the super chats real quick?
Yeah, give me a second.
So while you do that, I'll do the poll. So I'll get that popping for you. Last week's poll results are in, and the people have spoken. With the recent success of the MetaQuest 2 and the anticipation of PlayStation VR 2, how should Xbox approach any potential future involvement in the VR space? The winner, at a very close four-way poll at 48% of the vote, was partner with an established VR platform holder to integrate Xbox GamePass platform group. Coming in at second place at 24% of the vote was don't enter the VR space and focus strictly on console gaming group. In third place at 18% of the vote, develop your own VR headset in the gaming space to compete. And in last place was the Messy Lords at 8% of the vote. I don't care. I'm owning all your NFTs in the metaverse group. Salute to those messy 8%. Yeah, man, I'll jump in. I'm actually surprised by this. I'm actually Lord Oculus, I guess now. So I'm actually surprised people want Xbox to part. I thought the prevailing thought would be for them to focus strictly on gaming. So that was interesting.
Those people want them to fail.
Mm-hmm. Funny, that was the prevailing thought before this sort of, kind of resurgence over the past couple of months. Because before that, people were like, we don't know if Xbox, they still haven't proven that they have the games and they're coming out, they're going to be good. And then we have 2021 and banger after banger, so everybody's kind of confident now, like, hey, why not dip your toe into this?
We'll integrate.
I mean, and
get the hell out of there. Leave them alone.
Let
these dudes fall under the weight of their own hubris.
Anyway,
we're going to do a VR, and you know what, we don't care everybody going wireless, we going tethered.
Yo, you stupid. Moving on. Soft, get the
I mean,
super
it would be $1,000 if it were.
It's gonna be $1,000 anyway.
Anyway, yeah, it's true.
time. Soft, get the super chats, man.
Cool. I'm sorry. I've been copy and pasting. So let me roll back a little bit. We have Eliad Shalomovich with the 15 shekels. Those are Israeli shekels. Salutations to the realm. Salutations to the realm. Regards, and may all have a great day and evening. Can't wait for the great content and also the messiness. Always messy.
Always messy. Always.
And we have Don Otaku, $5 super chat. After that last trailer, Horizon, God of War, and Starfield in the bushes. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is the game of the year. They gave my man's a gun. Yeah, they did. Like, they gave him a blunderbuss.
Done.
Then we have Sith Lord, $2 super chat. Gears is my favorite co-op game with my best friend. Yes, Gears is an excellent co-op game. Then we have Senua's dad, $2 super chat. Vegeta is the greatest. Where's
the rest of the fam?
I said Vegeta's the greatest.
Hands down.
Yeah, she was on Vegeta. She's on Vegeta.
He can't be. There would be no Goku. You don't make no sense.
She love him. That's what she love.
No, not. No.
Continue.
Then we got, let me see. Then we have Auburn King, £2 super chat. One Piece is great too. Has real depth to it.
Yes.
No doubt.
Yeah, depth so long that it would take me a whole year to finish.
So good.
No, they did the statistics. You'd have to like quit your job and for 6 months do nothing but watch One Piece and watch it all.
Yeah, to finish everything.
Is that crazy?
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, that's how many?
It's over 1,000 episodes.
Jesus.
Yes, it's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Don Otaku, $10 super chat. Shout out to Xbox for having all the Black Queen protagonists this gen. Ronnie from the Gunk, Layla from Redfall, and the lady in the trailer from State of Decay 3. We don't know who she is.
Shout out to Lady in the trailer.
And the protagonist of Project Midnight. I hope that's the protagonist. They kind of showed it. They didn't really say that was the protagonist, but I hope so. Then we have Lucius Augustus, $5 super chat. Facts addict. I'm sick of my ashy black characters with tones. Get them Jergens, Avena, something. some Palmers. What's up with these darker tones? Yes, they tend not to have those tones, you know. What's up with the Caesars, man? Everybody, it's either ball.
You guys remember? It was what was that called? It was one of the South Parks. I think it was the second one where the difficulty was your skin color.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw that shit. They was wild. I saw that. What else we got?
Then we got Hargeet Chani with the $20 super chat. Made a video about this. Real issue is gaming is too insular. Games are made in the West and Japan. Not enough. Rest of the world has stories to tell. We only see things through the eyes of outsiders when they make content about us. That is true. And it always has a different tilt to it. Like, you know, you look at GTA. GTA is a parody of Americana through the eyes of British people. Mostly. So, then we have Mandingo McThickens.
There we go.
There we go. $5 super chat. I'm very offended by the lack of options in character creation. I can never augment below the man cut, hence my name. Pause. Excellent show, Lords. He needs a girth meter. That's what he needs.
Oh my
God. We got 525
time
here. Please share this out.
Hit that like.
Hit that like button.
Like
It
button.
helps with the algorithm.
It
helps with the algorithm.
Nice redirect, King. I appreciate that. We got Pragmatic Eagle, $5 super chat. Another very interesting guest. Great story. Diverse taste in games. Gotta love it. Salute to the ILP.
No
And
doubt.
of course, salute to Mama Michah.
Yeah.
Then we have Mr. Irishman, £5 super chat.
Salute.
Too much Gears multiplayer slander takes place in this realm. Great to see a guest with actual good taste in multiplayer games. Hashtag stop the Gears slander.
We love Gears. I'm just not the multiplayer Gears guy, but yeah, you stop, drop, and roll. I ain't gonna stop you.
Then we got Reggie Mobile, member for 10 months.
Redman.
Great show as always, Lords. Mama Michah was a cool guest. Thank you.
Awesome.
No doubt. Salute to you, sir. Then we have Jay Fonzarelli Gaming, $5. Is Mama Michah single? Oh, wait, I'm not.
Yeah.
Neither is she.
Exactly. Both of you are not.
Seriously, great guest and loving the show as usual, brothers. P.S. to my wife, I was kidding.
Salute. Salute. Two more.
Then we have Flame, $5 from chat. I'm not saying I don't like the fatherly thing in God of War. I just wish it was realistic. I get that. Where's the electronic section to drop off the kid?
Wow.
You don't want any
mad Atreus disrespect.
I don't want any parts of Atreus in that game. Not about Atreus. Then we got Mandango McThickens once again. $5 super chat. He said, Girth Meter, I'm dead. Yo, there is actually a game that has that. I can't recall it right now.
Is it a Cyberpunk part of that?
No, that's Cyberpunk.
It's Cyberpunk. That's what it is.
That's the game for you.
Then we have JD game for $10 super chat. The game that hasn't come out yet. Just saying, loving the content. Happy New Year, Lords, to you as well, my brother.
Already know. Let's get into it. I want to get solved for at least one topic because I know he's got to roll. All right. So look, let's get into it. This is King's topic. And I guess I would set it up for you, King, if you don't mind. Yeah, Xbox sales success. Estimates indicate Xbox Series X and S may be selling nearly as well as the PlayStation 5. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer in a recent look at King Times article. While he didn't give any specific numbers, he made it clear this is a record for Xbox. He says supply is actually as big as it's ever been. It's that demand that is exceeding the supply for all of us. At this point, we've sold more of this generation of Xboxes, which is Xbox Series X and S, than we had any previous generation of Xbox. Why is King swinging chains? Shout out to GameIndustry.biz. Xbox Series S and X hits 1 million UK sales in a strong December for the UK monthly charts. They said 560,000 game consoles were sold in December in the UK, and as far as Xbox. And they said, now the Switch was number one in December, but just behind Nintendo was the Series X and S, which enjoyed a bumper 108% increase in sales month on month. In X, it is the previous month year. It is the biggest month yet for Xbox Series X and S, even beating its launch month in November 2020. The increase was driven by a significant increase in stock of Xbox console. And then they said it means PlayStation 5 slips to third place position this month, but it was still a successful But it was still a successful sales period for Sony platform, which enjoyed a 28% increase in sales compared with November, and the second biggest month to pay PlayStation 5 outside of its launch month. So yeah, big news going on. King definitely had a lot to say. Actually,
are you gonna ever stop with that chain?
No, I'm not. Won't stop.
Just clarifying.
So look, so pretty much I want to add one other thing before I give King the floor. Shout out to Paul Tassi, because he said after Phil Spencer's comments, he said this is significant because basically the double skew approach, and he said, we talked about Nico partner analyst Daniel Ahmad says that based on the past Xbox One and Xbox 360 year one numbers, 12 million and 10.4 million respectively, that means Phil Spencer is saying that Xbox Series X and S have shipped at least 12 minute units, which makes it seem that the gap between both consoles may be closer than anticipated. Once thought, for this generation. So King, the floor is yours. Would you seem very elated about this news? Let's talk about it.
It's just like, when you kept talking, it was just like an uppercut, and it was like a left hook, and it was like an uppercut, then it was like a left hook.
Are you saying you're getting uppercut?
And all I heard was guys in the corners that like to count numbers. These dudes that be on my timeline, they be like, yo, King, man, he's selling 2-to-1. Yo, you did say that Series S was going to outsell the PlayStation.
It did. It has. And it will continue to do so.
Ridiculous.
We are at a point, people, right now where disbelief is happening. People are running through the streets. They're screaming and yelling. They're panicking. No, this is not really what happened. You see, because basically what's going on, if you see the numbers, now they're talking about sell-through numbers because all they did was ship. Oh, my timeline was bananas. Dudes was like, that's not sold. This ship numbers, man. Why you gotta have that for? But okay, let's keep this energy, right? Let me hear. Let's say it's shipped, right? Go to the store and go get one.
Exactly.
Good point. It's sold.
This is the first time that shipped is whatever the number shipped is damn near close to what's sold through. It's gone.
Okay, so now that this energy is happening, right? Now you don't like this energy I'm about to give you. This energy is right here is about to blow your mind. 25% of those PlayStations have not been turned on, so they're sitting in somebody's warehouse someplace.
Yo,
so. All right, so now we're gonna get
that the scalpers have all the PlayStations.
Are you implying?
Listen, this is when you're a hot commodity. You're hot, right? You're burning. You're on fire. Nobody want an Xbox, right? But they sold enough for you to turn over, and they be like, "Oh my God, images in the mirror is closer than they appear."
Yo, you hit us with the car mirror. Are you implying that they are on the bumper of PlayStation? That this is not a gap on the car mirror? Damn.
They're on your bumper.
Jesus.
And at this point right now, there's more little Series S's out there, more little mans out there, all natty on you disgustingly like this. And they doing it off the vert because you said we don't got no games. But apparently, this is what's happening right now. See, this is what happens when you have a dry season.
Dry season, oh God.
Okay, so from September, nothing was there. There's nothing for nobody to purchase.
That is true.
So nobody needs to go out and buy your wares. But you're going to say, King, you can't find a PlayStation in the store. And this is true. So we're going to keep with your 15 million, right? So statistical says that they sold in this period of time 12 to 15 million. So did Xbox. And we're on your bumper. And I'm saying we're not an Xbox podcast. I'm an Xbox dude. And right now, all you dudes that like to count numbers and look at people's pockets, because I got mine. Do you have yours?
You can't call out the pocket watches, King. That's what we doing.
Now they're gonna move the goalposts. You know, every time they're gonna be like, but what's the attach rate? Xbox don't give numbers. I don't believe until Xbox get numbers. Bye. Like. I just want to know, how do you guys feel that your Twitter line is easy now? Because I know a lot of people are quiet now.
Let's get Saul first, because I know his time is limited. I want to get so Saul, man, what we thinking? You know, with these numbers, Phil comes out, which is kind of uncharacteristic in the sense that he didn't say the numbers are right, but he definitely left it for interpretation when you make a statement about, you know, the biggest, they broke records pretty much.
Yeah. I think it was funny is like, you know, obviously in the Xbox One generation, they were like, we talk about engagement now. We're not talking about all this stuff, right? And now when the numbers are comparable, let these numbers leak out a little bit. Let's talk about these numbers.
This is the greatest show we've ever sold.
So it's just funny that conversation is even out there, right?
Yes.
But like we said a couple of shows back, then that little man's doing what it's supposed to do. And the thing about the little man is, with the genius of it, right, that we didn't know until it got announced and we knew what it was, is the fact that apart from resolution, there isn't that much of a discernible downgrade in power, right? So when you get that message out there and people understand that it's still a next-gen console, that you're still going to get the vast majority of that experience apart from resolution, that's continuing to move the needle. And what's great about it is the fact that they can manufacture that one at a larger scale simply because it's a smaller machine and probably has less.
You make two for every one.
For every one Series X, right?
Yeah.
That's huge. In this environment, that is huge. And in an environment when I remember when the two SKUs for the PlayStation got announced, I was like, you know what? That's smart. Okay, that combats the Series S in that even though it's still $100 more expensive, right? The digital one, even though
it's better than $200.
Right.
Yeah.
It's $100 difference. And my thinking was like, you know what? It's still the specs of the PS5 are still the same across the board.
That was the talk. Good point.
If you could see the comparison in the store, you still might go for the extra $100 on the PlayStation, right? I mean, that argument's kind of out the window because there aren't any, right? So forget about that. But at the same time, I think it's imperative, and they've done a good job. I didn't feel they were doing this in the beginning. Is that the power of the S has to be spoken about. A lot of people look at the S, and just because of how it looks comparable to a 1S, it can be confusing to the general consumer, or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, but they took those off the shelves.
Oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone.
But
if you have a Series S in your house right now,
PlayStation 4s though.
Oh yeah, let's get into that conversation, right?
Yeah. Listen.
I don't know.
Got a PlayStation for you.
Yo, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't know that does anything, like, because they were gonna sell PlayStation 4s through the end of this year anyway, right? But now they have to market it because they want you to buy them so they can get them sales numbers up for GT7, for God of War, and for Horizon.
But here's the thing, Solve, like, the talk, let's just get to it, right? Which is the generations talk, right? They were saying that why would you buy a system and you need a new one? Now we see the stock stuff. Now they seem to be, they did the reverse pivot. They got lashed at, rightfully so, right? But now, as a result, because of the whether it be the supply issues, the chip issues, whatever, now they're going to make it more PS4s. Do you think now this forces them to stay more cross-generational titles as opposed to Xbox, which seems to be pushing in the direction of next-gen only, which is Series X only games?
We don't know any of their first-party stuff beyond God of War, right? Specifically, right? Do we know anything else? Their first-party stuff? We don't know what. My impression would be that Naughty Dog's next game, apart from Factions, I think Factions will be cross-gen.
Right.
But whatever their next thing is, let's talk about this. Do we think The Last of Us remake is cross-gen?
I mean, at this point, I'm gonna have to say yes. Like,
yes,
because if they're go ahead, I'll cut you off. Go ahead.
Has they officially said Spider-Man is the next gen only experience?
Not officially.
Not like, really.
I saw people saying they did, but I tried to find it and I couldn't find any articles saying that they did. Because if you think about it, Spider-Man's next year. So it's just like. Maybe next year is when they start breaking off, but people have speculated that that's a next gen exclusive game, and I feel like because they were getting dragged through the streets so bad over their cross gen statement, how hard is it to make a tweet that says yes, this is the next gen experience? But they don't. They kind of like. No, let's let
this
Twitter
rock for a little bit.
Let it rock.
Let's let it rock before we have to officially say no. This is a cross-gen game.
But do y'all think, as a result of maybe them seeing internally, we can't get these PS5s out there?
No, these dudes on our bumper.
Yeah, I mean,
so hold up. People in the chat are saying they did. Someone send me a link because I tried to find it. I could not find it. And I don't remember any point of them saying that it's a next gen only game.
I don't remember. We would have had that discussion if they had said yes.
It's a next gen only game if you only have a PlayStation 5. If you have a PlayStation 4, I'm gonna be playing right next to you.
No, Christopher Hart. No, Addict. You're gonna take it out when it comes out. Show me that link now. Don't wait till it comes out.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Nobody's challenging. We're just asking.
I'm just asking a question. I literally don't.
But I'm gonna tell you this. I just don't know that you having to put marketing out for more PlayStation 4s.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like that. Like when the thing is that Microsoft is selling you, right? Is selling you a next gen console that you can actually find.
That's a question.
That's a Now the thing is obviously the exclusives, right?
Yeah, of course.
Now, people in the chat are saying Wolverine. I do believe that is the next gen only game.
That's coming out 2026.
Yeah, exactly. That makes sense.
Kid,
that
makes question. You said you have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
Since the PlayStation 4 is being manufactured again, and you can get a brand new PlayStation 4 this year. Is the PlayStation 4 holding back the next gen?
Oh my! All right, this one I gotta let him rock. I gotta
no. You make sense.
Yeah, I gotta let King rock because let's be real. The design lords, we heard it all. Like, yo, Miles Morales, this is a next gen experience. This is why you buy a console. I seen articles. They were like, Xbox is holding back the fun of the new generation. We are not able to tap in to the
it's like I've said before. Like I am still on that stance that you know, if a game isn't designed exclusively for a next gen console, there are a lot of, you know, engineering things that you can't do.
Of course.
But if you look at it from a standpoint, Rise Son of Rome was on the Kinect.
Yeah.
So like obviously that version that we got, that version probably wouldn't have been able to run on the Kinect. But the majority of these first gen games, they can run on previous gen consoles. Right. They make that cut to give value to that platform.
Of course.
It's not necessarily, you know, Returnal can't be ran on the PS4. Sony decided for it not to be on the PS4.
The only thing we gotta give King this, and this was the talk.
Oh no, I'm not fighting against it.
Because the talk was, remember, Xbox was very transparent with stuff like Halo Infinite and stuff like that. They're going to be cross-generational for about a year before they switch over. They got dragged for being transparent. Whereas opposite, Sony did say, hey, we believe in generations. If you spend this
They got
money,
dragged for a good couple months over
then
that.
you see the pivot now, right? Stock or what have you. Now it's the pivot. Now it's kind of ironic because the system, you know, we don't believe in all this stuff, but the system that's going to be holding back is the other system now.
He don't believe in all the other stuff. I believe in all of the stuff that I'm saying.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it's, I don't think it's holding Xbox back because only games that are holding
next gen
that are holding PlayStation games back is their own games. Right. Like Horizon not being a next gen exclusive, that's not holding Xbox back. That's holding PlayStation back.
Oh yes.
So,
no, absolutely.
Because you know what, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Because a lot of dudes be keeping it.
You're going to keep it 100 now.
You got to keep it 100 now. Yeah.
See, no. So I'm gonna keep it 100 because a lot of dudes be keeping it 50 cent. And a lot of you dudes be capping, right? So now, and I really want a real honest answer for all the people that's in the chat, right? Do you think PlayStation is holding back this next gen? Put a 1 in the chat if yes. Put a 2
I'll
if
do
no.
a poll.
Do a poll. He being messy.
I honestly feel like, you know, I was upset when they said they ramping them up, they pulling them back. They said, yo, Barney. What? We back in business, baby. Turn up that PlayStations. Which ones?
Why is
the
that
4s.
though? Why you gotta be
because Barney is out here. Let's get it. These PlayStation 4s going again, baby.
He's ridiculous. Anyway, Addict, put the poll in. I'll jump in.
I did.
Okay, cool.
I put a nice 3.
Yeah, Addict, did you get your bars off?
You.
Did you get your bars off on this subject? Because I wanted to go right after.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like, I don't necessarily think like it is the numbers that people sitting there saying shipped all they're sold. Let's be real here. Like, sure, there might be some Xbox Series S's like on the shelves in certain parts of the world, but people sitting there, what's funny is they'll show a picture on Twitter,
before they buy it.
No,
but you know, the guy that put the picture of his local Target.
It's like they pop in there and they're like, yo, when do you restock it? And they just go there to take a picture the moment they're restocked. And it's just like, look, like I get it. Why am I going to believe some random Twitter account over people like Gaming Forte that works in retail that tells me they fly off the shelves in a couple days? Like it's just like, look, like I think there are probably about 3 to 4 million difference because people sitting there, they're a million. No, they're not, because Sony announced numbers in like October or something, and they were at like 13 million or 14. So unless you guys want me to believe that Sony didn't sell one PS5 in the holiday,
of course,
there's clearly maybe 4 to 5 million difference. But all I want to ask the chat is, a company that was dragged through the mud for 8 years, why is there a 4 to 5 million difference?
Yeah, I mean, let me jump in.
It should be way more on one side, but it's not.
Well, basically what it shows is, one, Twitter is an echo chamber that is not reflective of the entire real world of what's going on in the industry. That's just one pocket, right? You know, I told people from the beginning, you know, Addict King, I told people, I said, look, regardless of how people feel, even at the start of generation, I said, this is going to be a competitive generation. I told people that, right? And what happens is, it's like, it's like, every year it's a new season. It's a new slate. And people have to recognize this. We've been around the game long time. We understand. You know, we've seen the most dominant things, and then all of a sudden, come back down to earth, and then it's competitive, and then maybe the next, the other one take off. Or people just die. There's no guarantee because you won the chip last generation. It is a foregone conclusion you win the chip next year. And I'm not saying Xbox is definitely winning the chip. I just said they are going. I know King said, King put his chest out. Salute to King. He always put his chest out.
I told y'all, this is a straight dub coming to y'all.
YouTube in the bushes for me. You guys are good?
Yeah. No, we good. Oh wait,
it's live on my.
It's live on my side.
Okay.
Yeah, it's live on my side.
It's in the bushes.
All right, cool. I know you only got to
work Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they know what it is. They got the timer on him to get back to. I remember when you go to work and they got the timer.
They saw
crazy.
What it is they found out. It's like, we giving you 2 hours and you out.
Yep, that's it. So
it's so crazy how metered it feels. Like
it's metered connection. They knew you misbehaving. But because I got
real
my boss
quick
off.
Before you take off, Saul, because I know he's about to leave.
Well,
I know, but he's literally about to leave.
Go.
I just want to hear his opinion on Stalker and then get delayed real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
I mean, Stalker. I think the general consensus was that Stalker, despite being in development for
keep in mind, Redfall looks like it might get delayed too.
Yeah, I mean, King was talking about this, and it makes sense. I don't think Unreal 5 is quite ready yet. I think there's still some kinks there. And this, you add that on top of just COVID, just pushing everything back at least 6 months.
Right.
I think I don't even know that we see Stalker this year. I think the December date is wishful thinking.
Okay.
But take your time with that game. For me, I don't want Stalker coming out half baked, because this is a chance for Stalker to appeal to the masses in a way that Stalker never did before. So I want Stalker to be the very best it could be. So take your time. But it could be, to me, some Unreal Engine 5 growing pains. I agree with King on that, because it just seems like everything that's trying to be like first in line to use that is kind of running into some bumps in the road.
No
so
doubt. Quick hit. I've heard. I'm sorry. Continue. I'm sorry. Continue. You heard.
Yeah, so because I heard some things about just being able to maximize frame rate and stuff like that. It's just still not quite there.
Yeah, we'll get into that. And then other 2 quick hitters for you, because I want your opinion before you leave. Xbox 2022 lineup, are you concerned? And second, Hitman 3 Game Pass stuff. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so first, am I concerned about Game Pass? Again, there's so much stuff. They're bangers from last year that I haven't gotten a chance to play. So for me personally, it take delays, whatever, man. I'm never really going to be able to hit all that stuff when it comes out anyway. For somebody who's ready for that next big game when it comes out, I can see you be, if you're not into the smaller stuff that comes to Game Pass, then maybe.
Okay.
But again, we haven't heard everything that's coming out.
True.
We haven't heard where Forza is and stuff like that. So yeah, sure.
Forget all these other games being delayed. How about some of those February developers delay them games? Man, we need 1 or 2 of those delayed a month.
February is looking bonkers. Yeah, February is nuts.
Hitman.
So and then Hitman. Y'all know how I feel about Hitman.
Merc and Murder
is the Merc and Murder, one of the most amazing sort of stealth comedy sandboxes to ever, they took that. I used to love old Hitman, and I understood why other people didn't love it as much. I understood there was quirkiness there. And then with the reboot, they created a game that appealed to the masses, and they also polished what it was to be a Hitman game, and they got it. It kind of had a little bit of a downturn when they decided to release Hitman 2 episodically, which I thought worked for me. I'm sorry, was it Hitman 1 that they did episodic? But it worked for me because those are the type of levels that you really want to replay multiple times to see the different ways to get through them. That's part of the joy. But I understand people wanting to have the whole game at once. I get that.
Absolutely.
So to have the entire trilogy in Game Pass, play Hitman. Hitman. When it came to last year, Hitman
with all the DLC, right?
That's everything.
That's
everything. The whole thing.
You in,
and I think
you in.
And is it with the next gen upgrades they have been talking about? Did they say that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think ray tracing
with that.
I think it's like ray tracing, 60 FPS. Like that game is gorgeous as it is. So
you hear that, fellas?
So I mean, let's be real here, man. If you ain't played Hitman yet, any of them,
a lot of
the
people
best
didn't.
place to play Hitman right now is on the Xbox platform on the 20.
It's on that Game Pass. You hear that, fellas? Next gen experience. Ain't nothing holding us back.
Ridiculous. It's messy.
All right.
So, you got to go.
Yeah. You want me to read
Yes,
the
if you
super
can read the
chat?
super
It
chat.
actually it came back for me quickly, so
All
it's
right,
good.
cool.
It gave me a little bit of extra time.
Yes, please.
Let me read these super chats
Yes,
before I
please.
bounce. So we have. Is it fun?
I got to get something to drink real quick, guys. I'll be right
PTSD
back.
from last
Yes,
week.
please. Read the super chats.
Stop, please. Before you go. Just read those super chats.
Well, let's thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
We got Jay. We got Jay Fonz, the homie, the brother Fonzarelli gave me $2 super chat. Why y'all got dudes with the weirdest names? we attract weirdos in the chat. That's fine. That's fine. They are weirdos.
There are weirdos. We love it.
Then we got
weirdo.
Necromancer Zale, Lord Gold. Member for 3 months. Tell him King. Whatever Smoke King was talking about in that moment.
Tell him, King, whatever random stuff King is saying. Yeah, guy.
Then we got JD. I think it's JD Gamer. I might have cut it off. JD Gamer. Member for 22 months. Lord Bronze. Thank you, my brother.
Wow, salute.
Tell him King.
I was waiting for that.
They just waiting for that.
Yeah.
Light their butts up for all the disrespect. Pause. All the disrespect and disbelief. Their minds are crumbling. The walls are falling in on them.
Why you had to hit him with the
Got you now.
Yeah, like you jumping somebody. Get his key. Get him key. Like that dude that was talking, and now you got him out of pocket. Get him key. We the Cobra.
I told you my boy was gonna show up for you.
King
He
was gonna
got you
get
now.
That's side, dude. Continue.
Then we got Lucius Augustus, $5 super chat. Daniel Lamont is estimating that the PS5 and Xbox Series are only a few million units apart, 12 to 13 million for Xbox Series and maybe 14 to 15 for PlayStation. That is correct. And yeah, them numbers are close. And we got Scrub Nurse, $10 super chat. The best ability is, say it with me, availability. Congrats to all the parents, gamers, and Microsoft for seeing the power of Lil Man. Price is king. Shout out to the panel and chat on a new year, no doubt. Yeah, it was a genius move. It really was. Then we got Lord Roughness, £5 super chat. Series S owner right here. And since day one in November 2020, I have a great time playing on my Xbox every day. Still not looking at PS5 with any envy.
Okay. I told you it was a pincer attack.
JD Gamer. Yeah. Then we got JD Gamer, $20 super chat. Everybody doubted Little Man, the media, the Sony Defense Force, armchair devs, fake business gurus. Where are they now? I see you little Sony dudes hiding in them bushes. Get out here and take this whooping like you deserve Jesus.
Why
JD.
is this like the payback podcast?
Yo,
What you gonna say now?
what's up now?
What's up now? Yo, Xbox fans are funny sometimes. They've been holding
so
this.
hilarious.
You're hilarious.
I get it.
I get it. I get it.
Then we got Pixel Bit G, member for 26 months. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate that.
What's up?
Shout out to Messy Lords in 2021 or 2022, I guess it means. No PS4 will not hold back PS5. PC will. Wow, since all those games will come to PC. Tee.
Yo, he didn't do the really?
Yo.
They villains today.
Then we got Bay Area, $5 super
Bay
chat.
Area.
What's up, Lords? Show is fire as always. Game Pass is killing it. Hey, Cognito, we're only an hour and a half away from the showdown in Big D. Pause. Go Niners.
Pause. Go Niners. I respect it.
It's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Then we got Lord Roughness once again, £5 super chat. Once the smoke is cleared, I bet the leak will come out that Horizon Forbidden West is DLC, just like Miles Morales ended up being. Hashtag just say wow.
Messy.
Wow.
What I didn't tell
Very
you.
messy. Then we got Auburn King, £5 super chat. I couldn't find one PS5 heading into Christmas. Just pre-ordered for end of January. Xbox Series X was available in the UK. Are Sony holding stock for Horizon? That doesn't make sense. Horizon is weeks away. Like you want.
Kid Smooth told me. I don't know. I didn't check it. Which Kid Smooth is usually pretty knowledgeable on stuff, but apparently, if I remember correctly, I do remember this. I didn't look it up, but didn't Sony a couple months ago saying that they lowered their the amount of PS5s that they can realistically make up till March of 2022.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got solve limited time.
Okay, let me see.
They
We
didn't have
got
any money. I had to cut back.
the rubber knob. $5 super chat, $5 super chat. Good morning, Lords. Welcome back. Looking forward to a big 2022. Let the smoke run. As we do.
Yes.
Then we have one more. Hold on, I must have skipped one more. I did see another one. We got JD Gamer once again, $5 super chat. People forget that he said at least 12 million shipped. Who's to say that it's not 13, 14, or even 15 million sold? They give those rounded numbers, so approximate. All right, last one for me. Doovie, $5 super chat. These zealots wanted some of that Crystal D until their Spider-Man came out limp. Wow. Now they don't want the Crystal D since they're working on Joanna Dark. Wow.
Anyway, let's do your thing. All I was gonna say is, yeah, you gotta bounce. But before you about to say, I didn't finish my bars. Was just like, look, it's gonna be a competitive gen. You know, a lot of people mocked it, as King called it, the two-prong approach, the bayonet. You know what I'm saying? Little Man is an impressive piece of tech. It shows that people want it. You know, and to me, it's very impressive considering. Let's be honest. You know, the 2020 launch lineup was barren. And they improved over time. In 2021, they had a phenomenal, strong year. But it's very impressive. They did so much well out the gate with the software not being there initially. And yeah, future's bright. This is going to be a competitive gen. The PS4 thing, they're going to have to adapt, because of obviously the stock situation. And we're going to see about the cross-generational thing. But look, it's going to be a fun gen, y'all. But Solve, get your balls off, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Love y'all. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I cannot stay because I got to go do what I got to do.
What you got to do? No doubt.
There's two more. There's two last ones. I'll just read them quick. Raiden Blade, £5 super chat. Hello, all. King is right. Remember, Sony reduced productivity of 1 million PS5s and waited 2 months to reveal PS4 1 million in production. Whether it's that's another thing. Are they base PS4s or PS4 Pros?
I don't know.
Base PS4s running any of these games is probably a problem.
It's over.
Then we have so that's a question to be asked. Then we have Splendiferous, $2 super chat. Is Lord Addict a crossing guard? A lot of orange. Jesus Christ.
I mean, Addict, get him. Get him, Addict. Talking crazy.
The energy.
You got the energy.
Finally, the last one. Necromancer Zale, $5 super chat. Don't forget about Microsoft All Access getting Xbox consoles out to people too. That is true as well. So, shout out to y'all. I love y'all. I will see you next week.
See you next week.
Chat. I apologize in advance for any
the butchering.
For the butchering that's about to happen.
The missing of names. Apologies.
Love y'all.
Love you, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing.
I'll see y'all next week.
You already know.
You in the hands of them.
Addict, you're up. This is your topic, man. Stalker 2 delay. I'll get Raiden Blade, £5 super chat. So PS4 is not holding back this gen, and PS4 Pro is the better consoles. Never TS Little Man again. Never doubt Little Man again. Okay, whatever. I ain't solved. I'm sorry. Look. So let's talk about it, man. I'm gonna set it up one part of it for you, Attic. I know it's your topic. Stalker 2 delay. I know you wanted to talk about it. The official Twitter account Stalkers, we made a decision to postpone the release of Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl to December 8, 2022. These additional 7 months of development are needed to fulfill our vision and achieve the desired state of the game. So yeah, it looks like it's getting pushed back. And I know you also wanted to talk about something else in relating to this as far as the lineup for Xbox. So Attic, the floor is yours. Let's talk about it.
Just give me a second.
Nah, you're good, bro.
I'm having a hard time breathing.
Nah, bro, I got you, man. If you're not feeling well, bro, I know you're going through it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
I got you, bro. I got you. So look, let's talk about it. We hear about the Stalker delay. Shout out to gotta support the whole team. Lords of Gaming.net. My man Nicholas Downey had the article above and beyond before a lot of the masses talking about the rumor that Stalker 2 would be delayed. And obviously this was a big title that was expected at the first half of the year for Microsoft. But I think what Alec wanted to go at was kind of like the first half of 2022, maybe the first 6 to 8 months for the Xbox console and the lineup and the concerns there. So, Attic, if you're up to it, you go. If not, I'll just give it right in the King. And let's just talk about it, man. Like, what are we feeling? The effects of this delay. Anybody could go.
I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, I do think that Microsoft's probably gonna have in terms of like their stuff, It's not a lot coming on, and I don't even really consider like Stalker 3 or 4 or 7. I don't know.
7.
I don't really consider that part of it. I mean, look, like at the end of the day, their exclusives aren't going to hit a whole lot at the beginning of the year. It's going to seem a little bit more like this year. But the thing is like they already got Rainbow Six Extraction.
Yes.
It's possible they might snatch something like Dying Light 2. I don't know.
That'd be good.
But I think we're going to see a lot more of Game Pass. And the thing is like, look, does that excuse the fact that they don't have that? No, but it's hard to complain that you don't have exclusives to play when they're giving you a steady amount of games every month on Game Pass to play. So, and that's something that you just don't see on PlayStation. When they're dry, they're dry. Like they're dying of thirst. But what I mean, it's just honest. Like when Xbox is dry, they try to accommodate it with Game Pass third party or popular indies. You know, we had Hades last year. We had The Show. We had Outriders. Like they try to do something around there. It's like, look, our first party game ready. It is what it is.
Right.
But we got this stuff over here
these
that
massive
you can play.
third parties. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. And Gameonomics, he shot us. He said, guys, aren't you forgetting Nobody Saves the World coming out the 18th? Yes, we will talk about it. But, okay, let's get to it, man, because you've had some...
I'm going to read the super chat from...
oh, yes, please.
Raiden Blade real quick. Take care, off. $2 super chat.
I appreciate you.
I'm trying to chip in.
I appreciate you.
Because, you know, I'm half blind.
You're good. Let's talk about it,
you know, Addict's under the weather a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so... let's call a spade because when they have their dry season, they had their dry season from September. Once they released that game, what was that little cartoon game September. That's multi-plat, Kenna.
Okay. Yeah.
Once Kenna came out, that was it. And they had Kenna until February. And they don't have a Game Pass situation where they can go and snatch a third-party title real quick and just throw it into their service. They have PlayStation Now, but again, if PlayStation Now throws something in there, it doesn't resonate as well. They could have comparable stuff inside their platform, but the reason why PlayStation Now doesn't hit the same way as Game Pass is because day and date means a whole lot more. First-party titles dropping into your service means a whole lot more. And it seems like right now Microsoft can leverage the dry season, quote unquote, with this ability to do what they're doing. They already have the eyeballs looking at Game Pass for, you know, quote unquote, the first party titles, the AAA titles, but then they seeing all the benefits of getting games that I waited for. I literally do not run out to go purchase something because of fear of purchasing and having buyer's regret, buyer's remorse. I do not want to spend $60-$70 on something and then find out 2 weeks later it's inside Game Pass. I'm mad as hell. I could use that money to buy skins, or I can actually buy Nintendo games that won't ever go to no type of service for them. So that's where I'm at with it. But there's something more concerning with these delays.
Okay.
All right. I think Epic lied. And allegedly.
Okay.
And I think it really has something to do with COVID, right? In the sense that their engine is not up to snuff. Because every game that has something to do with Unreal Engine 5 has been delayed in some form or fashion, has been pushed back at least, 4 to 6 months.
Right.
And a lot of stuff that I'm hearing, like, you know, Soft touched on it, frame rate issues. Now, if you go and you put on the Matrix demo, that game's, it looks great.
Right.
It looks phenomenal in still shots.
So like
in execution, in some places, some framey at some points.
Okay.
All right. You see certain things, you can point out certain stuff. So is it as completely rock solid as Unreal Engine 4? I don't think so. So I think some of the kinks aren't being worked out yet. I don't think they have the certain workarounds. And I think when people try to implement certain things that they're used to with Unreal Engine 4, and they're saying that Unreal Engine 5 is just like a tack on to Unreal Engine 4, and it extends and bolsters the profile of Unreal Engine 4. I think they're having an issue with this. And I think the language with the developer, and I'm not a developer.
No. Okay.
But what I'm saying is every game that seems to be utilizing this engine
seems to be the one coming up
getting
with a
these
delay.
delays.
No doubt. I want to respect Attic. Attic, you got a head soon because I know you got stuff going on, or you okay?
No, I'm good. I'm just I'm letting you guys.
No doubt. No. I mean, if King's finished, then I'll go. But if King got more bars, I'll let you.
No. It's just that I noticed this, and I said it is concerning. It is concerning for the year of 2022, and I'm not going to sit here and poo-poo and say, "Oh, I wasn't looking forward to it," because I was.
Yeah.
All right. So, Stalker 2 got delayed, and I had told somebody that hit me in the DM. I think it was Big Fat Eli. Me and him was, chatting back and forth, and he was like, "Yo, what do you think about the Stalker 2 delay?" And I said, "Nah, I think they're gonna hit their mark."
Right.
And then it pops up a day later, boom, and I'm like, "Wow, I was wrong."
Yeah.
Now that's when my eyebrow went up, and I was like, man, maybe the stuff that they are saying is true, and then that makes me start to look at all the games that's down there, and then Microsoft's own internal teams are utilizing this engine to the fullest. So really, Microsoft is going to be most affected by this because the majority of their teams are using Unreal Engine 5.
Right. So what do you think? Are you comfortable with them staying pat as it is? Y'all gonna like the poll question, or do you think they need to be aggressive with Game Pass moves for like the first half? Now that they lost this major title at the top of the year.
The good thing about the Game Pass thing is we've seen with Outriders that could be done at the last minute.
Yes.
Like that's not something that has to be on 6-7 months. They probably get a better deal for 6-7 months. And if they go to some of these studios, they might show like a sign of weakness. But at the same time, it's like, look, some of our heavy hitters, which heavy hitters, I don't really care about them, but some of them might get pushed back to 2023 or the very end of 2022. So it's like, you might have to go out here and
spend that money,
push a bag or two.
And we know that there is money that they're sitting on that they technically still haven't used, because apparently the rumor, shout out to Jeff Grubb, we had one to find and do it. The rumor is, they have money that's allocated for Game Pass just sitting there that could be used. So I want to get into it because I hear what King is saying. I don't know, I didn't hear anything specifically in reference to that, but
I'm just saying I'm gonna look up the what we know is coming out.
Yeah.
So give me a couple minutes.
I got that too. Yeah, I got you.
We could
break it down.
Go over
yeah,
what
we
they
could break
can
it down.
actually do.
Right. So here's the thing. We can't. I have to admit though, with any new engine, like King is saying, on some level, there's going to be a learning curve, right? So I don't know. I'm not saying confirming that Unreal Engine 5 there's a problem. I'm just saying that could be an issue. We don't know. But at the end of the day, here's the thing. Like, to me, Xbox, their second halves historically for the year are always lit. And this year, to me, is no exception. You still got, most likely Deathloop's 1 year exclusivity should end. That hopefully may come, September, October. We're talking about potentially a next-gen Forza game using only Forza. We have to see if that hits. That's there. And, of course, my favorite, shout out to God, Howard, Starfield, which is I am super pumped, super excited for. If they put that release date out so early.
And we know those are there.
Yeah, like Bethesda's track record shows me that they'll be fine. But here's the thing, them first 7 months, yo. Now, breaking it down. Yeah, it's rough. Now, I'm going to break it down.
Especially if they don't do what they did last year. And
right.
They don't try to
this is what's really popping out, Addict, to me. January lit. Rainbow Six Siege Extraction, Mass Effect Trilogy, Hitman Trilogy. That's lit for Game Pass. Like, those are mega joints. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. Because February is a very stacked month.
Well, let's talk about it.
So, because I feel like we got to be realistic to a point. Like, okay, now, I don't think they're going to get the Witch Queen because they would have announced that by now.
Right.
I think that's going.
You think it's a go or no?
No.
Yeah, you said no. You felt that the Destiny thing is over with. Yeah.
So I think that they might hit up Dynasty Warriors 9. That could be something they look out. Dying Light 2 is a possibility.
You need to make that cool.
They might hit up Elden Ring at the end of the month.
You need to make that cool.
Now I'm looking at March. Like March isn't really. So here's the thing. It's the reason I'm saying March, okay? Because there's not a lot going on in March, like in terms of games. But so Tunic's already on Game Pass,
right?
No, I'm talking about
general
for
March.
Get.
Yeah. Oh, something they could get.
So to me, if I were Microsoft and it was like, look, you know, they gave me the option.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like pick up Dying Light 2 and Elden Ring.
Yes.
Because Elden Ring is so far down. You can count that shit in March. Oh, man.
You good.
It's a 25th. So, you know, it's just like, look, I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to be something mid, like, you know, like in terms of like AAA stuff, like from middle to top. Like, so maybe I would put my money on something like Dynasty Warriors or Dying Light 2, because I don't think they're going to go for Elden Ring.
I think they need that. I think Dying Light 2 makes the most sense because it fits, like King always
and it's
says.
February 2nd.
Right. It fits the format. It's multi-game, King. I got you. You know,
No. I was waiting until after you finished.
Yeah.
I was just
No, it's cool. Yeah, it fits the template. You know, the cooperative game. You know, 3-4 players. You know, engagement. I definitely feels that. Like, what I wanted to say is this. So look, you got January, you got February, you got Crossfire X, Xbox exclusive, but not in Game Pass. It's exclusive. The free to play. Now the multiplayer is free to play. You know what I'm saying? So to me, February
story you gotta buy.
Yes, February still. You know, people they gotta assume people going like that game gotta rate well for people to run out and say and go get that.
Not to mention, they can always announce a game coming in from the start.
Right.
They do stuff like Octopath Traveler coming day and date on the platform the same day it's announced. So there's always stuff like that can happen.
Oh, we got a ninja, we got a shinobi in
here. Yeah, yo, it's hilarious.
We got
right
a
now.
shinobi in here. We got DMV Shinobi. That's my man. Hustle and motivate. Salute. But while he fixing that, Joe, we get him right. Yeah. Like I'm with y'all on that. Here's the thing. Like, no disrespect to it, but like, that's not going to be enough. Just
that's why I say if there's a realm, if there's a, you know, they could just get Elden Ring and leave Dying Light alone.
Okay,
and I feel like that would be strong enough to do March.
All right, stop, y'all.
What?
I'm going to stop.
Hold on. Let me say one more thing real quick.
Good.
King, one more thing real quick. There is in March that Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. They might want to try to pick that up because it would show like, oh, see, we're getting some Final Fantasies on the platform.
We're not getting no mainstream Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I think it's so.
Yeah, you can get all squeezing in these chump change. Like you can get my couch cushion quarters.
I mean, we have seen that like with the Outer Worlds, they will work with them on Game Pass. So
yeah.
Good, King. Why are we out of pocket? Tell us why we out of pocket.
No. I keep hearing you guys capping for Elden Ring, and every time I hear people say they need to do this, they never do. Like they just never do, and it makes logical sense, right? And I wish they would make logical sense. Right. I wish they would see they cash sitting over there and say, you know what, this makes logical sense. Let's go do this.
Right.
This makes logical sense. This is what they're screaming for. Oh, this will shut the door on their foot. Let's do this. Right. They won't. You know, they won't.
You know what they might do, King? That since they have all that money, you want to invest it into stuff and not necessarily buy something like that.
You mean like an acquisition, like an acquisition, like I said, like that's how you deflect. Shell game, continue.
Yeah, okay. That's not gonna stop this.
Right.
See, what's this is you have a hole inside your because they have the months up there and they know what's going to be placed in what.
Yeah.
Right. And they say, okay, so Stalker 2
they got a little sticky board.
It's okay. So Stalker 2 falls out of here. What do we place in here? Because we have to keep these dudes satisfied. Because don't ever forget. This is the money.
Yes, you gotta feed the beast. Gotta feed the beast that is Game Pass.
Gotta feed this bag. We gotta make sure that when it comes around time to re-up, these dudes is back to the re-up.
Yes.
Okay, so Dying Light 2, they like that. That's not gonna cost too much. Put that in there. Plus, we did finance them to get them over the hump. Don't ever forget that part.
Do you think that if they would have got something like Dying Light, we would know by now, though, King? Because that's not that long away. It's like a week and a half.
But look how long they waited. I mean, let's be honest. With Rainbow Six Extraction, that was super last minute.
No, but we knew about it because we showed it.
Beginning of the month, a little bit.
You don't remember they showed it on their show?
Did they show it on Ubisoft? Again, you might be right. You might be right. I can't remember.
So it's a lot of things that they're still working on.
They showed Dying Light a couple of times at Xbox conferences.
Ubisoft didn't finish what they were doing. Didn't finish when you play and what deals they're working with.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that they can plug and play in these months.
Right.
Like you can put Assassin's Creed, this last one that came out on the system launch, it didn't get to Game Pass yet.
Correct.
So you can plug that in there. And remember, they did show it at the third-party event. So there's a lot of things that you can plug in these places. I'm just telling y'all, because I keep hearing Elden Ring, it makes sense to me.
Right.
They're not doing stuff that makes sense certain times.
I actually feel like Elden Ring would be a better game than Dying Light just because they're lacking in that genre in general.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
I say yes.
Because they got a lot of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
But then-
I honestly feel like Dying Light's probably the best zombie.
But
franchise out
Dying
there.
Light's probably the better fit. The question also, too, is you got to remember this is a two-way street, right? And the fact that we don't know how much Bandai Namco going to want for that. And Microsoft may say, look, that is a great game, but based on the engagement that we're looking for, that might not give.
Expensive.
Right.
That's
So that's the other
expensive.
thing. But let me get Hustle in. Shout out to Hustle Motivate.
What's up,
You know
y'all?
what I'm saying? DMV stand up. You know what I mean? But what you thinking, man? Like, obviously, what do you feel about the Stalker 2 delay? Is it a serious hit to you for the first half of Xbox 2022? Oh, shaking his head very profusely. And you know, just in general, like, what do you think the first half? Because the people who do have concerns, like me, about the first half of 2022, like, what do you think they should do?
The Stalker 2 delay, I'm not like a Stalker cat.
Okay.
What's the other one? Metro Last Light, that was never my thing anyway. So like I'm cool with the delay. Just make sure that comes out right, because
Correct.
you have to like live up to a certain reputation if you're Xbox. And I'll answer your other question in a minute.
Yeah.
As far as the delays, they straight.
Okay.
Like look, they about to have so much in like if not this year, the next year.
But Hustle,
Xbox can kind of what's up?
you ain't worried about that February? You
Well,
ain't
it's
that
it's not
horizon
even-
for
I
Betty
don't-
West?
Hold on.
Hustle, real quick before
What's up?
you go. Like,
Yes, sir.
I feel like let's take away February. Like, there's
Okay.
one thing that we need to remember. This is the beginning of the generation, and you don't want to let the gas up, because all it takes is one slip up. And they've always said, whoever wins that first couple years of the generation, they win the entire rest of it.
Peter Moore, or was it?
Yeah,
I think it was Peter Moore said. I think he said first to 10 million.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, Xbox sadly lost that battle, but like, here's the thing: February, they wasn't gonna be able to do nothing about that anyway. Horizon dropping in February.
Right.
That's a wrap anyway. Elden Ring, and I'm not even no Elden Ring cat. Like that's Erica and them. They play all that. Tim Vendetta. Shout out to them.
That's Erica and them.
That's them. Yeah, that ain't my lane. But like,
That's Poochie and them.
like Elden Ring was gonna take that over anyway. Like, yo, that game getting delayed.
Okay.
All right, cool. Like, what else got delayed for Xbox next year? Because I did the podcast with Addict. Shout out to the Addict Show.
But
Well,
the rumor is
So
That you started.
hey,
okay.
That you started.
So is it kind of like, can we really talk about rumors that the host started? Like, can we really?
listen, man. I hear things sometimes. I'm not saying I'm no insider though.
Well, I did want to say this. I mean, it does look bad if like your premiere like Xbox title doesn't release with Starfield up until November of next year, man. Like that, it looked bad. But you know, if it's around June-ish to where everything starts rolling out, then y'all chill.
Okay.
They just ship like 12. Then they just ship like 12, 13 million.
Oh no, I'm not worried about the consoles. I'm just worried about keeping people in Game Pass. Like this is what this is what they're promoting, and at the end of the day, you know, you got to kind of keep a cadence, some things.
And not to mention that Spartacus thing seems like it's about to start popping. Like they're starting to take those cards out of shelves. Like you do that when you're about to start doing something with that. So I'm gonna put a poll in. King, what's a game that you would want for them to put in Game Pass?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Okay, Carl, what about you? That's not Elden Ring.
It's Hustle. If you look at the most exciting titles that people are excited for, like really excited for this year, Starfield and Elden Ring. All right, Horizon, I'm not really that excited for, because like I told you, it put me to sleep half the time.
Oh man, here we go.
But
okay.
I'm gonna say this. I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say this.
Let's go.
That's a game that I'm going to get because I have to put my PlayStation in motion. You understand? Like I have to put my PlayStation in motion.
Is this like service? You got to power it up.
No,
like
you know what? These are electronics. If you don't use them, they go bad. All right. So again, I don't know. They said there's a certain shelf life on this dude, and I need to have them. I need him to live up to his expectations. So he need to be great. I'm waiting for greatness to show up, and hopefully it show up in February. But I'm saying
real quick,
real
quick, because I do want to get the actual audience in here. So, he picked Elden Ring. What game would you want them to get? Because I'm about to put a poll.
Me, honestly, I want them to get. Or I do want them to get Elden Ring, but Dying Light probably makes the most sense.
It's gonna happen.
All right, Hustle. What game do you want?
You know, I'm undecided on that because what third-party games are coming out?
That wasn't what I asked you.
Okay. Well, see, now I'm going to answer the question the way that I originally wanted to.
Get him, Hustle. Get him, Hustle.
What I would like to see over there on the Xbox side is God of War Ragnarok, but we know that that's not going to happen.
So now you reached it. Now you reached it.
You
taking the question? You taking the question? You're ripping it.
Get him, Hustle. That's right.
Well, honestly, it's not that they don't need anything. I feel like Game Pass, at least the way I use it, is a lot for like co-op experiences, like Halo Infinite, like Redfall will be a good one, like something like that. As long as I can continue with stuff like that, that'll just roll in with the multiplayer or the co-op side of things, then I'm straight on that. Like I'll keep the $10.
Destiny 2, The Witch Queen's your pick. Okay,
there we go.
There you go. There you go. Highly disrespectful. But continue. Oh, but look, I'll finish my thought because Hustle, man, I understand Hustle's point though. And he's like, basically Hustle, you gonna let a poll, Hustle. You gonna let a like basically your mentality is like, stand pat. You don't need to overreact. Kind of. Is that kind of the vibe you getting? I'm getting from you. Just want to make sure I'm accurate with what you're expressing.
I think Hustle thinks it's so dominant, like they don't need to make a whole lot of like. They're already dominant in this space.
Well, here's the thing. We haven't seen what Xbox really has to offer until we see Perfect Dark, until we see those other highly anticipated games. So I'll completely get them a pass right now. Plus, it ain't really much they can do about like a God of War that's dropped. That's supposed to be dropping this year.
Right.
So it ain't too much.
Okay. So your thing is stand pat. You just came off a great. You just came off a great 2021. Ain't no need. Basically, like ain't no need to panic. Ain't no need to stress. Like if you good.
Yeah, Cog, and if the rumors that we have been hearing on Twitter from like Wario64 or Nebula, if that's true, then they're really straight. Then they're doing a lot better than I expected. Than I personally expected. So
what was these rumors, sir?
That apparently Xbox shipped, I think 13.
Oh, you mean the numbers? You talking about you talking about as far as the number? Okay, you like they comfortable as a company? Okay,
that's
yes.
Okay, King.
Go ahead, Attic, real quick.
I was just gonna say if you want to get a couple of these super chats,
let me
start stacking up.
Before
go ahead and say your thing.
Now King get his. I gotta get my balls after King.
That 15 million, 12 million, that's ancillary to the real numbers. The real numbers is that Game Pass, man. Like everybody keeps. I don't care about the 12 million Xboxes or the 12 million PlayStations that are sold. Those are old metrics. And everybody gets caught up in these old numbers.
I feel you.
Look at these engagement numbers because 15 million people playing Forza Horizon, that counts. Because when they go and they buy stuff and they get stuff in the store and they go to do these things, I'm telling you right now,
the Game Pass
stuff adds up, and it starts to add up to a point where, and hold on 1 second, Attic. It adds up to a point where, it's like when you go in the club. They let you in the club free before 11 o'clock, right? You didn't have to pay the $50 cover charge as you walk in. Yeah, I go to clubs that's $50. So you're gonna pay the $50, the cover charge to get inside the club, right? So you got in the club with your $50 tucked, right? So what you already said to yourself when you walked in the club, I got $50 to burn, right? So, all right, so you already know drinks before 11 is $8. After 11 is 16. Oh, I'm gonna drink before 11. Okay, so I'm gonna get slushy before 11 on my $50 that I walked in the door with. Now, you slushy, it's past 11. You already spend that 50 on all these skins and all these little exotic emojis on stupid stuff that you purchased because you got in there for free, right? After 11, now the clock is ticking.
Right.
because the price done went up on the brick.
Right.
And these dudes is out here charging you, and you just didn't even know because you turning up in the club because you got in there for free anyway, and you didn't know they already hustling your wallet. So this is the real number. So these dudes keep out here talking about, oh, that's not sold and this is not this. Stop watching everybody pockets, but look at what they doing while they inside this club over here. If there's 35 million people inside this club, somebody's buying drinks.
You know what I see when I see that, like the 16 million stuff, like when people play 16 million, I see 16 million people that play Forza Horizon that are very comfortable with the money they put in the Game Pass.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's just like, you know, when you see those numbers, like people are like, oh, those aren't our sales numbers. Those are satisfied customers, I would say, for the most part, that probably not leaving that service next month. Like,
no, absolutely. I mean, look, it's a good point, and I understand King's overall point. That is the number that is most important to Microsoft. They're more important about that engagement and that Game Pass subscriber number. I totally understand what he's saying. What I wanted to get back to, again, we were talking about that lineup. We said January for Game Pass looks lit. You know, February, we don't know as much because it's just Crossfire X. And again, in my opinion, that ain't enough. When you got Horizon Zero Dawn, you still need to be in the zeitgeist, is my opinion. March, Tunic, love it. We could be potential little cool indie, but in my opinion, not enough. You're going to need something else to drop with that. Then, obviously, as Attic eloquently called me out, you know, the rumors of a potential Redfall delay, which was another game that was supposed to be in that summer, that first half. You know, so to me, this is how I look at it. I look, and it's not like it's got to be tit for tat. Yo, Sony did this, so you got to do this. I'm not on that, right? But I'm looking at the whole. When you look at PS5, the Uncharted, whatever is it, the collections, whatever it is that's coming out, you got. I'm day one Sifu. I know people laughing, but Sifu is me. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Horizon Forbidden West. That's a monster. That's a monster. We got people fell asleep on the first one. That's a monster, and it looked good. Then you got Gran Turismo, right? That's coming. You know what I'm saying? King, your niece plays. I don't know.
No, it's gonna miss by a week.
You just say if it's 1 week delay, you good.
I don't care if it's 1 day, 9 hours.
Right,
if it's 9 hours, you're done, son.
Fair. Forspoken, we had Micah on, you know what I'm saying? Black female protagonist, you know, Gary Wood and them guys. Shout out to those guys. They're kind of funny. They did the writing, you know what I'm saying? Ghostwire Tokyo comes out.
It's a stacked year, man.
And then I know people laugh.
Not to mention that game that's made by that awful. Well, they're not awful. I still like them.
Who you disrespecting?
Platinum Games.
Oh, come, we ain't gonna do it. You gonna stop.
Baby
You gonna stop.
man.
You gonna stop. You gonna stop that disrespect, damn it. Anyway, salute to them. Salute. I don't know what they did to you. I don't know who they ran over your tires or whatever they did to you. That's your business. We are not doing that. But God of War.
Who kicked your cat?
Yeah, who kicked your cat? But God of War, you know what I'm saying, is out there. So that's pretty much. I just wanted to know. Look, they've got that Xbox, you know, money, that finance is available for Game Pass. It's going to be curious to see how they utilize it, if they utilize it. And like what Addict said, I also agree, which is now be a time. If there's nothing you're going to fill it with, now be a time to make an acquisition. Now be a time to get people hyped up. But let's get these
That's separate money.
I know.
Game Pass money is Game Pass money. Acquisition money is acquisition money. And okay, so
let's go.
I have a lot of people that sit down inside my DMs, and this one dude is very, very King. So what do you know? Do you think they can come out right now? They're gonna come out right now. They're gonna say it right now. Couldn't they have just acquired these people and don't say nothing? I said that's not how business works.
Yeah,
they have shareholders, and public companies have to go public and tell because that's insider trading. So you can't be acquiring people and keep having it in tuck and don't say nothing. We're gonna keep this from the public and we're gonna bust out.
I'm okay with them.
You know what's funny about that? During the Game Awards, and shout out to Colin Moriarty, I just listened to like the most recent episode of Defining Duke. Tencent had another name. It was called like Level Select or something like that.
Oh, Level Infinite, I believe, or something like that. Yeah.
When I didn't know that was Tencent, not that I got any particular issue. It's like, yo, just keep it real. Just say who you are. But they tried to flip
that
the name.
label.
And
they make movies too, you know that, right?
They outside.
They made that Monster Hunter movie.
They outside. They outside.
So what you really have to see, I didn't want to go too deep
with
into,
that.
The other stuff. No. I didn't want to go too deep into how certain companies form our choices when we're picking our characters, because that was like a whole rabbit hole, and I decided not to go down that earlier. But back to what Microsoft is going to do.
Okay.
They acquisition money. They are probably in talks with people.
Of course.
Right. So this is how you keep something from coming out. Everybody have non-disclosure contracts. You can't talk about it, but these papers will be signed on this day. We're in negotiations with whoever. So this is how you can keep something from not going public.
Right.
And then y'all can sign it, and then you can go public with it. Right. So you don't purchase them and put them in your pocket and don't say nothing. That's not how it works. So the money is over here for that, and I'm pretty sure that they have are in talks with acquiring a couple of more, and I think it's publishers, because it has to be somebody big. But these games that they're going to put in, they're going to start slotting games into these parts, because I've noticed it's one.
Get the damn slotting, please. There's a lot of gaps without your slot. Continue. Slot game.
So I expect them for every month. You have one medium to large title.
I see the vision
going inside the situation, and then you have a bunch of little ancillary games that's inside. Because I find myself playing more indie titles than I've ever played in my life now with Game Pass, all for the simple fact that I'm gonna try or whatever and see how it goes. And plus, I talk to you guys with it and work it that way. But I see them doing that throughout the year. And Hustle is kind of right. When they look at Horizon coming on in February, they looked at it. They say, okay, well, they didn't have Horizon in November.
Right.
They didn't have a Horizon in December.
Right.
You know, and these months is the months that we were leading. So again, this is the month that we're gonna have to eat bread and toast. You know, this is what this is.
It's a ramen noodle month.
This is the ramen noodle month right here,
Cup of
and
soup.
we're gonna let them do their thing because that's how it is.
We was very vocal on how they shouldn't have been that open to take that criticism. So I'm not gonna just like keep quiet. Like if I was on Sony back then to amp up stuff and not go that many months without anything, any type of game, any type of news, I'm not gonna let Microsoft just get away with the two. Like,
I agree. Look, it's a fun decision. Let's get these super chats because we do gotta move on. But I'll jump in right quick. I believe it's Christopher Jetser. He says Fortnite Chapter 3 is Unreal Engine 5. Okay. Raiden Blade with the £5 super chat. King, what's the PS5 exclusives for delays? Unreal Engine 5 not used on any PlayStation 5 in-house titles. For Stalker, delay it until it's ready. But Xbox will fund more games.
I will only read stuff that you miss.
Okay.
We got a member for 6 months. Enough Respect King. Bunty. Enough Respect King. Preach 32 games coming to Game Pass. Who cares about first party when you're playing everything else? Can't wait to listen later.
Okay. Christopher Jetser, $2 super chat. Tiny Tina, Wonderlands March, good multiplayer. Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
that's a huge
game. We got a member for 5 months. Belu King, talk to him. They got away with it, but they ain't getting away with it. Rex T-Rex voice. Love what y'all do. Keep killing it. Lord's PS5 is holding back.
Oh my God.
Shout out to B-Lou.
Shout out to B-Lou. Raiden Blade with the £2 super chat. Square Enix can keep Final Fantasy series for all I care. Oh, he upset. All right. Bunty, $5 super chat. Why everybody care about first party so much when the first party games is not the ones that's really selling as much as third party games? Interesting. Christian G, $20 super chat. Gents, I love you all. Been listening the last 2 years on Spotify. Just here to plug my people too. PlayStation 5 Master Race. Laugh out loud. I love my Xbox 2. Just kidding. I love them all. That's the Master Race, console Master Race. Salute. Banger, Christian G. I like that. Raiden Blade, £5 super chat. They want to snub Xbox fans and money. Fine, keep it. In the end, Square will bend the knee. If I was Xbox, I would say no. You snub my gamers 2 years and wait. He ain't liking that Final Fantasy situation, Addict.
I don't care if you want to date me now or later. You gonna date me.
We got 18 months. The wise old gamer.
Wise old gamer.
We got 18 months for the wise old gamer. I want King to say they told him. Don't you ever come around here. Don't want to see your face. You better disappear. The fire in their eyes and their words are really
Michael
clear.
Jackson.
So beat it. Just beat it.
Beat it. Just beat it. He tried to say you got the mic jack on. Beat it. Just beat it. They don't want. I'm done. We ain't doing that. Donald Taku, $5 in the chat. Remember, the beginning of 2021, PlayStation 5 was a shoo-in. We all know how it really went, though. PlayStation 5 could take February, but we know Xbox is inevitable. Shout out to Thanos quotes. Okay. You out here snapping people away. All right, Donald Taku.
People PlayStations turn into Series S's.
I can't. I can't. And then he said, again, $5 super chat down in Taco. And I mean, fight for second place because Nintendo has 2022 on lock. And it's not even close as long as Breath of the Wild 2 releases. Switch game coming in hot. I see you, Switch game. Down in Taco.
I hear you, man. That 480i is crazy.
Yo, man said interlace, not progressive. Go ahead.
Yo.
Come on, man.
Shout out to Lens Crafters.
I can't. That was wild. That was wild. Anyway, that's all I got. Look, it's going to be very interesting to monitor. Let me get the face. Shout out to the face. 23BKNY 29. All that talk about Forza 5 and Halo Infinite. Xbox winning holidays. PlayStation for 2022 says, hold my beer. He said you was popping off, King. Now what? 2022, what's up?
Oh, I'm going to get a PlayStation 4. Hold that beer.
Well, clearly, King, it does seem like they do want you to get a PlayStation 4. They keep making them. So.
Yo,
ooh, hey, can I speak on that really quick?
Yes, please.
That's not the first time we've heard like PlayStation continuing their consoles, or rather discontinuing their consoles so soon. It did the same thing with the PS2 when the PS3
Are you ruining our jokes?
He said stop ruining the joke.
Oh my God.
He said stop bringing in your facts. Stop bringing in your facts, Hustle.
No, listen. On God and them, they understand. Jim is gonna make sure he make this money. These games is coming out on both platforms, baby. He gonna sell it to you, brother. Hook or crook. Somebody get these games. Jim need a boat, baby.
I should just sell my PS5 because I should just play the God of War on my PC.
You're ridiculous.
And you know what?
Messy.
You know what? They're investing into the mobile market. I just play God of War on my phone in a couple
on
years.
the messiness. Anyway,
I never even got a chance to address God of War on PC, the definitive edition. I never got a chance to tell you that it's best controlled with an Xbox controller because you know why? And I'm gonna tell you, somebody told me, oh, it's not the Xbox platform because it's the PC. All right, fool. What controller are you using? Are you hooking up your PlayStation 4 controller? Did your PlayStation 5 controller start working in the dark at night? It didn't. So when you hit that button, and I love the devs over there at Santa Monica that said, yo, I love that the world can play now with an Xbox controller.
That's not what they say.
Shout out to the Xbox dude that gets the chance to control Kratos with power prompts. Go get him, Xbox.
You know what, King? It's a shame. They should have did what they were supposed to do.
They should have let me do the commercials.
They were supposed to promote that. They were supposed to promote that God of War, saying if you want the best experience, you got to have that dual.
Wow.
Sense, man. That's what they want. They want that dual sense.
What they should have did was they should have got me to do the commercial and said, if you want the best experience, get a PC with an Xbox controller.
I think the dual sense.
And this time you can actually have it in true 4K widescreen with HDR with no frame drops, and maybe you can change the color on the ogre.
Look, man. Look. Normally I'm there with you about going at the controller.
Here with you too. What we putting up the controller fights? We having controller fights?
I don't know, man.
You know why your controller?
Let's go.
PlayStation foolishness that's going on.
Hold on. You know why your controller's there? Because you're not playing anything.
Anyway,
all I'm saying is this is a good controller.
Yeah,
like
it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
a paperweight.
Last super chat. Jigga J, this one's for King. $2 super chat. Hey, King. Goonie Goo Goo. That's my joke. Donataku coming back for King again. $5 super chat. Breath of the Wild 2 can be 360p, 25 frames per second, and it's still gonna be a better game than Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West if they were 8K, 120 frames per second. Gameplay is the only thing that matters. Switch game. Hustle coming.
Wait. It'll outsell those games for sure. Now I will say that Nintendo fans they will pull up for Breath of the Wild too. It won't be better.
It's the only thing to play on the Switch.
Yeah,
so
facts.
obviously they're gonna buy it.
Yep. Yeah. But come on, Mr. Otaku, I'm gonna need you to slow down a little bit. Thank you for your donation. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Shout out to Don.
Play
Switch
that
coming in
game
hot.
with patches on.
Oh my God.
We got a
Hold on.
$2 super chat from the Wise Old Gamer. Didn't Spartacus play with the home team?
Oh my God. Moving on. Last topic. We're gonna get out of it because they're getting crazy messy and y'all getting ridiculously messy.
We gotta them get
Yes. Look, man, Hitman 3 announcement is my topic. Year 2, ton of new announcements, including Hitman Trilogy, entire trilogy to Game Pass, tons of new modes. And then also what I thought was interesting was Hitman VR coming to PC, obviously. Lord Oculus is going to find out, is a little interested in that. But it's no longer. It looks like it's no longer exclusive to PSVR right now. So I wanted to know what you felt about the Hitman announcements, and then IO Interactive as a whole. So let's start. Let's start Hustle, man. Let's get you in here first, Hustle. What you thinking, man?
Good for Game Pass. I have never been really interested in the stealth games in particular. The only stealth game that I can halfway stand is The Last of Us. Part one.
Okay.
This is good for Game Pass. Y'all was talking earlier about like what can Xbox do to kind of counteract what Horizon. Horizon Forbidden West was doing. This is one of the ways that you can do that. And I want to say my co-host with the most over there, Addict. Didn't you mention that IO Interactive is rumored to be purchased by Microsoft?
Addict started rumors.
I don't know if he started this.
Exclusive. Let's get an article out.
I didn't get on IGN, so
okay. I bet. I kind of remember mentioning that over the week. During the Addict show, but no, this is super good.
Ryan, feel free to write an article about that though.
Shut up. Silence him. Oh, you're disrespecting the host. Continue.
No, I think it's super.
No, I'm not disrespecting him. I demand the same treatment. Let's go, Ryan.
Man.
Don't tweet me.
Continue, Hustle. We out of pocket today.
Y'all cool, man. I'll just finish it up by saying, hey, that this is variety, and while I'm on Game Pass for the $10 a month, as long as it comes to PC and the port is working fine, I'll give it a try. Okay. Didn't one of those Hitman feature what's her old buddy? Daniel Bean. He played Traveling in 007 GoldenEye. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You had there was like a joke going around the way, like you killed him in GoldenEye 007 and you kill him again. So as long as all of that stuff is there, I'll try it at the very least. But I ain't a super Hitman dude, but this is good for like everybody who likes the stealth stuff.
Yes.
And with the way that Hitman was released, y'all know it was released in seasons. So with everything being there, you can like literally start from the beginning.
King is lit. He ain't playing none of that. Actually, he's gonna get all that for free. Continue.
You guys like bringing up the IO, like. The only reason I think that it might be a little bit possible that they buy IO is because they have that Project Dragon or whatever it's called. Right. And I feel like it's weird that Hitman 3 just didn't go in there. The whole trilogy went in there. Because to me, I feel like you could easily just get Hitman 3, and that would have been enough. That would cause waves.
Yeah, that would have been enough.
But the fact that they put all the other two back in there, and it could be literally just one of those things where it's a coincidence, Yeah, but I don't think there's a whole lot of fruit to that, but I do think that there might be something there. I just don't know it. But the funny thing is like, now that you guys mentioned IO Interactive Hitman, we've always said they need a comic book movie game. Let them make a Punisher.
Oh, that'd be fire.
Because I feel like IO Interactive could make a Punisher.
Yeah. We do know they got like to what Hustle was saying, they got a 007 game in development, and I think that's actually a perfect fit. Obviously, the Hitman, the correlation there, but yeah, look, I got my boss, but I want King to get his off because yeah, man, what are you thinking? And also, King, with the VR portion, I want your thoughts on that because previously Hitman was exclusive to PS VR. You know what I'm saying? That why He's smiling so you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't like his mouth right now. He doing too much with the smile in the mouth right now. He doing way too much with his mouth. But it's like, you know, I thought that was interesting because, again, coming to Steam VR, and then they said they're going to have more announcements later as far as specific platforms. So let's get into it. Game Pass, the VR thing. Uh-oh. What's he scheming on?
I've warned you. He's a Bond villain.
You talking about the dominance?
Yes, when you thought it was safe. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer does it again. Every time you doubt me. I told you different things that he would do. I told you this would be the most successful Xbox.
You did.
So, in saying this, that means it will be more successful than the 360. In saying that, that 360 mopped the floor with you. Molly Wop, y'all got PTSD all over that.
God.
That right there. You don't remember that? That whole generation, y'all was just running around. This is what made y'all crazy. This is what made y'all crazy. That 360 made y'all crazy. And you know what happened? We had the finger roll. We messed it up with Johnny D.
You told Xbox One was the layup, the Nick layup.
It was supposed to be by y'all, right? Y'all was supposed to be the PC Engine. If y'all don't know who the PC Engine was, that was TurboGrafx. That was PC Engine, was the most dominant platform in Japan. And they're gone. A footnote in history. Y'all not gonna recover from this one.
Bold
okay, so IO Interactive. I'm a little bit different than Attic, right? That's a publisher, right?
No,
Business
they're dev, I believe.
Yeah, they're dev, and they also publish their games.
Yeah, you could be right. I forget now.
Now, I want you to think about this part. This is business. You can easily have part 3. You don't need to have the whole kit and caboodle. Why would you have to have the whole kit and caboodle? What would that be for? Could that be prelude to some other deal, some other partnership, something else that's down the line?
We got it. We know about
Because
the
why-
project. Yeah, they're working on the project with Xbox.
Why would you give this in this manner? That's something else to look at. But the VR portion.
Yeah, let's get to that. I'm curious what you think about that.
What I like is PlayStation locked this down for such a long period of time.
Yes.
Now it's going to be free to flourish. It didn't grow anything over there. And this is what I'm saying. I'm saying this part for this.
Okay.
Locking down stuff to your platform and it doesn't change things is detrimental to the game. Now it's going to hit Steam and it's going to go all over and everybody's going to partake in this thing. Now I can see if it grew the platform in some form or fashion and PlayStation VR went on to become a super successful platform. It became a niche platform and didn't grow out of that niche, right? Because VR is niche. I want to see what other platforms it goes to.
I'm with
other
you.
than Steam.
I'm with you.
Because I'm highly anticipating it. And I can do Airlink.
You can do Airlink.
But I'm highly anticipating if they say Oculus. I'm highly anticipating if they, because do you take that software and you release it to everybody? Because it's been under shackles for so long. So it was revenue that could have been made in other areas. And again, I'm gonna tell you guys, what's old to you is new to somebody that never tried it.
Facts.
So if it's on Oculus new, I'm gonna purchase it. I'm gonna check it out. Right. So I want to, my curiosity, because I'm an Oculus owner, do we get a chance to partake?
That's gonna
now?
be the question. Now they said they was when they were showing the footage of them showing the Hitman 3 in VR, and now remember it's not only just 3, it's Hitman 1 through 3 now also coming to PC VR. They're supposed to announce the platform, but what's interesting, people said they saw at HTC them using that as well as an Oculus Rift. So it is curious to see, what platforms it does come to, and if it does come out, because of course, got to be a little biased there. That is the home team for me, right? But I am very curious to see if it will be an Airlink situation. Shout out to KSRT in there, or will it be a dedicated Oculus version where you won't even need, like how Resident Evil is, right? Resident Evil, you download, you in. You don't got to do any type of Airlink to a PC wirelessly or whatever. So that part is curious. But I got to ask you a question, though, because we've been speculating on this whole I.O., and they've been obviously playing nice with Xbox, right? We heard about the Project Dragon or whatever. They got something cooking. They got a 007 game. The question I had was on the VR side. I'm very curious what you think. You mentioned the whole part about VR and PSVR. They wanted to expand past, and obviously want the game to expand more. Maybe they didn't do the numbers that they anticipated. Right. But let's just say Microsoft does acquire them, right? Do you think that shuts down VR from other platforms? Because we had think about this. We had Bethesda. They was in VR before they got acquired. They had the Skyrim running around, and we don't hear no more VR talk from Bethesda right now. Not saying that it's definitely shut down, but I'm curious to you that if IO was hypothetically acquired, would their VR stuff be kind of stopped if they're under Microsoft?
I don't think so. I think I had talked about this on Game On Daily. I don't think Microsoft shuts down the VR talk. They're not in the VR space.
Okay.
I don't think they limit the devs on what products what products they can develop on their side, right? You know, so when they're making a game, they look at all the possibilities of selling, right? And they give these possibilities to Microsoft. Okay, so we can do this for PC, this, that, and the third. This is the scale down. Okay. All right. Okay. So does this transfer well to cell phones? Does this transfer well to tablets and stuff like this?
Right.
All right. We have to make sure that it's scalable for this, that, and the third. Right. VR is always a possibility there as well. So, and what Asa was talking about, it's not just a switch that they just hit the switch and the game pop in VR. No, you have to actually, from the ground up, make the game with VR in mind. All right. So I honestly believe that they don't just shut them down. I think those things could be in active development. I just don't think those things are talked about because that's not the avenue where they pursue right now.
Right.
So I don't want to say like Microsoft, because from all the stuff that we hear, Microsoft allows the companies to be them.
Right.
But if they're not pursuing any VR endeavors, I don't think we're ever going to hear anything about VR until they are in that arena.
Yeah, just a curious question, because I was wondering, shout out to KSanti in the chat. He was like, he's talking about, he's like, hey, Cog's Point, Ninja Theory had Hellblade VR. I don't see them doing anything more with that. But it is curious to see if they are required and it's a studio that has interest in VR, if it would be stopped. But it could be, to your point, King, like they may look at that as like PC and the mobile and a separate thing, and maybe they say, oh, you still allowed to do that as long as it's not with another, console platform.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like a PlayStation.
Would it ever go to PlayStation? No. No. Unless GamePass is ever than that.
I knew that was coming. Anyway, what'd you Hustle? What you thought? I never talked to Hustle about his VR thing and what you felt about that in general.
And different. If Microsoft, what you guys have brought up examples to where Bethesda was working on something that didn't come out, same thing with Ninja Theory. But if they were to have something drop, I feel like it's the Minecraft effect. They'll let it go everywhere, seeing how they don't have a VR device of their own.
Gotcha.
And I don't think they'll even get into it. I think that that might be a little too far.
Yeah.
It might be too far gone. It might be over for them before it even gets started. And I don't think that they'll waste resources into that, in my personal perfect opinion.
Fair enough. I'll get my bars off for you out of here. I think this is a great move. Hitman, the trilogy, I think that's powerful. It's one of the best stealth games. Shout out to Mr. Matty Plays. Me and Matty, we go hard for Hitman, man. It is, it's the last of a dying breed. The true stealth, you know what I'm saying? The true, kind of do things your own way, manipulate, everything how you want to do it with no preset paths, the graphics. I like that Glacier engine. I think that engine be really rocking, you know what I'm saying? And they always look good. Xbox always, I remember when Xbox Scorpio, the One X, they had their enhancements to 60 frames. They always seem to work well with Xbox whenever they want to do any type of technical upgrades or advances. They seem to work nice with them. I like them. I like them as a studio. I'm always a big fan of stealth. So if anything ever happened with IO and them, hey, I wouldn't be opposed. I think it's a nice fit. I want to know a Project Dragon, and I think they're perfect for a 007 game. So let's see what happens, man. But that's what I got. Let's get up on out of here. Yeah, we got the poll. Actually, let me get the poll, then I'll get the super chats afterwards. But new ILP poll. With the recent delay to the Xbox timed exclusive Stalker 2, do you think Xbox needs to bolster their first half of 2022 software lineup? The choices are A, yes, continue to bolster Game Pass with big AAA third-party games day and date, like Elden Ring, Dying Light, etc. B, hustle like this, no, stand pat. They still potentially have Redfall, Starfield, and Forza Motorsport coming in 2022. C, be aggressive with studio acquisitions, especially if games are not ready this year, WB Games, etc. Or D, I don't care. None of it matters anymore because console sales for Xbox are now lit. Shout out to all those Go Rock.
You better vote.
I know what King's voting. And I know it's actually I think I know what Hustle's voting.
Yeah, we know what the correct answer is.
Oh my God.
Let me stop using my influence.
Just using your influence on the masses, you know what I'm saying? But let me get these last couple of super chats, and we will get up out of here. It's got my man, we got FaZe, we got Jigga, we got Dawn, we got Wazo Gamer, $2 super chat. Didn't Spartacus play with the home team? Think I got that. Flame, $2 super chat. I'll agree. Gameplay is king if you can see it. LOL. He coming at Dawn Otaku. But hey, that's Messy Flame.
One eye while you play.
Oh, Dawn Otaku coming for Hustle. $5 super chat. Yeah. Hustle. Every game is still trying to play. Every game is still trying to play catch up to the first Breath of the Wild. The second one won't even be in the same competition with them. Hustle. What you think?
He's right. And Don, I'm gonna need for you to use your influence and tell everybody else to buy the new Metroid game that came out. Apparently it ain't hit 3 million yet. Stop playing with me, Don. Did you got beef, low key? You know what? Never mind.
Don't come for me unless he said for you. Oh, okay, got it. Here we go. Y'all leave
it's
Dog.
all good.
It's all hot, dog.
It's all love.
It's all love. We love Dog. Dog be going hard for the Switch. I love that. We gotta get some Switch topics for Dog, man. He be going hard. Rubber Dob with the $5 Australian. Laugh out loud. Whether you play on an Xbox or Windows PC, you are still a Microsoft customer. This argument is invalid. All right. Hargeet Shani with the $10 super chat. Come on with the words. Funny logic. Okay. Games need to look good. Pay attention to every detail. Don't talk to me about gameplay. Don't tell me a game should be fun. The grass needs to look good. Do you see the peach fuzz? Okay, he being out of control, but it is what it is. And let's see if I missed any other thing. Okay, we got Necromancer, and I think that was the last one. Yep, after what you go. So Necromancer, my man, we got you, Zale, with the $5 super chat. Great show and great guest. Another awesome show, Lord. So I think Alec may have had to leave, so I don't know if he's still there to do his outro. But hustle and motivate, man. Thanks for pulling up, holding us down, man. We're sorry I had to get out of here, but what's going on with you, brother? Where can I find people? Find you? What you got going on, man?
All I'm gonna say is good night, guys.
All right. You gotta go. He got planes to land. He got to get King's Xbox Game Pass plane to be landed. Continue with that jacket.
It's all.
You know that jacket he landed, man. Plane. I got to throw Sland in my man of the way out.
He kind of do look like Jack Thriller, young Jack Thriller.
Young Jack.
Is there something in my eye? You
know the young Jack. Oh, 50. Yeah, he got the this is 50 young Jack. Yeah. For King.
Man,
for King.
look.
Yes.
No, Twitch, Twitter, and and YouTube, Hustle and Motivate. I'm actually gonna be back February 15th.
Okay.
Got some family stuff that got a real big thing that's happening with somebody in my family. So we're gonna push with that.
Okay.
February 18th though. Hey, I don't care where y'all at, where y'all follow me at. I'm streaming Horizon Zero Dawn 2. I don't care where y'all at. Listen, I'm gonna run through that. Merc is telling me things about Horizon Zero Dawn 1. I don't care. I don't care what he's talking about. I'm there day one on that one. Thank y'all for having me. Shout out to Miss Micah. That's the goddess of RPG, correct?
Yeah,
like
she does
JRPGs. Yeah, that's that's kind of like a rare breed because I don't really meet too many people who run JRPGs. When she mentioned Persona earlier, I said, I said she's cool in my book.
She's official.
I started to send a super chat asking what she thought of Lady Anne, but I didn't want to get my feelings hurt because don't nobody like Anne but me. Nobody like Anne but me. But thank y'all for having me. Shout out to Addict. Just put the back signal up. I pulled up. Y'all catch me Tuesday. Catch me Tuesdays on the Iron Lords channel, the Addict Show. Doing our thing. We got some special things coming, and good luck to the 49ers before we go.
Oh, thank you, brother. Thank you. Watch the love. Appreciate you.
Indeed, because I hate Dallas at all. Shout out to Fame over there, level 1. I hate Dallas.
Love Fame, but we got to get you. Let's see what happens. No doubt, no doubt. Hold on. Oh, man, they coming. Donna Taco with the $5 in the chat. Hustle, what's them Ratchet and Clank sales looking like? The top of the line PS5 exclusive got passed up by Nintendo's 2D side B tier game.
Is he talking about Animal Crossing? Because that joint outsold everything. Look, you got to hold that. Sometimes you just got to hold that and not say nothing. Sometimes you got to hold it and not say nothing.
He's talking about that Metroid.
Yeah, he talking about that Metroid.
Metroid beat that Ratchet.
He talking about Metroid beat that right. That's what he talking about.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he talking about he got his chest out. He got his chest out.
And Metroid eats outside.
It's embarrassing.
Yo, he don't got a plate in the house.
No
he
doubt.
eats on the porch.
It's ridiculous. Again, what a shout out to Mama Michah for pulling up.
Man.
She was absolutely amazing. LastStandMedia family, great game in history. She put a tweet out talk about she had an absolutely fantastic time. Go support her. She's out here killing it. Hardcore gamer, and hopefully we'll have her back again. Lord, I had to bounce, but King Man, where can the fine people find you? What you got going on, sir?
You can catch me on Twitter, beating people up all day.
You've been having a ball on Twitter going at people.
You guys already know I done beat up all your generals. There is no one left. I'm literally standing up there and I'm asking, is there anyone else?
Oh, we doing Detroit now? We doing
Is there anyone else? Hector! He said, that guy is the biggest man I've ever seen. I sure wouldn't fight him. And they shout, remember your name. The illest thing I ever heard a man tell a kid.
He going with Detroit references.
My name ring bells, baby. They scared to death. So y'all understand that I'm 96% right all the time. And when I told you what was going to happen, it didn't happen and you hurt. So I love it, and I just want to give a shout out to Mama Michah for showing up, and with her first earning bucks, she purchased an Xbox and she went with greatness, and she put the battery in my back today, bro. Like she gave me the spark that I needed because I came in on a low battery cell, and then she sparked the guard. I had to hit that pelly. See what y'all don't even know. Crispy.
Oh, that's crispy.
That's right. King got money. That's
crispy. People don't know how much that's.
Oh boy.
Bro.
Crispy. It's crispy. Every week. I'm gonna give you.
This is for the spaces dudes?
I'm gonna give you for you spaces dudes that want to do spaces on me. So I'm gonna give you 30 days of King.
Ooh, okay.
Longer than your drought for your PlayStation game.
Oh, man, see, there he go. Hustle, you was gonna say something before I get my balls and get out of
here? Yeah, real quick. Shout out to Hip Hop Gamer.
That's my dude.
He actually had a prediction that around the time the PS5 was coming out about the backwards compatibility with the PS5. And it looks like that's about to be true. And
some Sony stuff I hear.
Yeah, there are some major news outlets actually reporting on what
Okay.
Okay, I'll just say I want to give my man his credit.
They're gonna do the back compatibility stuff, but you're paying for it.
Yeah, he care about the paper. That's what he care about.
I don't care how they do it, what they do, or how they say it, boy. They gonna drop it at the drop of a dime, baby.
You got to control. Hit him with the symphony.
I don't care who first or who last.
I don't care who back compare first and last, but you better drop this at the drop of a dime, baby.
Yo, you stupid. You're stupid. Anyway, that was old school bars right there. Yeah, man. Look, we got some fun stuff. Man. Again, shout out to my Micah. We got some fun stuff planned for February and March. Stay tuned. It's going to be lit, fun guests. Y'all going to be ready. I can't wait. But look, that's all I got. Anybody got anything else before we get up out of here? Nope. So look.
See you on Twitter.
Everybody enjoy your Sunday. We out. Peace.
you